joke.
That was a bad one.
That was not good.
That was...
Why was the musician kicked out of the tavern? Because he was burned.
Okay.
That wasn't a good one either, but I'll stop. Yeah, I didn't.
I'm glad he played the sound effect this time.
I
played the sound effect this time.
I didn't care for those.
That was a loud trombone.
That was loud.
Why was that so loud?
It was
Because it
worthy.
needed to be.
It needed to be.
Yeah.
It's appropriate.
It's true. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cloak and Stagger. I am your DM, Moose, and as always, we are joined by W.A.S S,
Hello.
Wilzu, Aramel, Sucinda, and Sandy. I didn't know which one to do first, so I went with the wife. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Solid choice.
I understand.
Thank you all for being here. We are going to continue where we left off a couple weeks ago. We took last week off because we had some traveling, some folks traveling. Bye. That was quick. Now we're just was. No, we're just was.
That's right, they left. But they's back. So
Oh,
sorry.
A's back. Okay. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, thank you. If you're enjoying it, subscribe to the channel. It's free. And if you want to subscribe to the Twitch channel, that could be free too. If you link your Amazon Prime membership to your Twitch, and it supports the channel. We always appreciate that. How's everybody doing? How was Thanksgiving?
It was
Yummy.
a steak Thanksgiving
All
here.
right.
It was just all right. We had a Steaksgiving.
We
Nice.
had a Steaksgiving.
That sounds delicious.
We had a chicken's Thanksgiving. Chicksgiving.
Chicksgiving. What'd you have?
Turkey. With ham.
There you go.
Mine was normal. Just old fashioned. There's some gluten-free options there for me. So
Nice.
that was pretty awesome, but
Oh, my whole family likes Jackbox party games now.
I mean,
Congrats.
it's hard to not like Jack's Party.
My mom's like anti-games and she was having fun. So
Aw.
it worked out.
JD's mom was
Shouts
trying
out
to play
Wilzu's mom.
whatever game it was. I don't remember. But when you draw the card, you're supposed to flip it real fast. And
Quick wits?
she'd
Yeah.
look at it first and then set it down.
Yeah.
And Meredith kept being like, Mom, no, it's fast.
She
it's fast,
she
Mom.
stood up. Everybody's sitting down, and she stood up the whole time and was like looking at everybody else's and not looking at what she... Yeah, that shit was great.
It was funny.
All right. Well, who wants to do the recap?
I'll try.
You'll try?
I'll try. Why
I think
not?
you got it.
So it was 2 weeks ago, right, that we played? Just so
was
my
2 weeks
date
ago,
that I'm
yeah.
reading off here is accurate? Okay. We started off the session by taking a short rest. We learned about our fancy new items. Mine's the only one that really matters. It's a bag of holding. No big deal, but I'm pretty much the coolest person ever right now. We enter the large room with the forging stuff. I think it's called forging stuff. That was one of my underlined words. I wasn't sure. We're going to call it forging stuff. Sandy, being the badass that he is, rolls in the head of the old leader. Grandalfa is in here. She at first calls us Kingslayer. I mean, that's pretty cool, but yeah. Then has her people they start killing some people, then yell to everyone else to choose their side. They make decisions and we fight. We come out victorious because isn't she like, oh, they're the Kingslayers? And then she's like, now. And then they're like,
Oh, Grindel.
Yeah, it seemed like some...
remember that.
It seemed like some duplicitous
yeah.
things going on there.
But yeah, so we come out victorious. We go to leave and get the griffin. Here's the interesting part. Okay, so Sandy's person goes to leave, but before he does, he doesn't call Sandy Sandy. He's like Sandrel. So it turns out Sandy's real name is Sandrel. That's
name.
one of the other highlights we should take away.
Allegedly.
Sandrel. Wilsey wants to go back to the forge and see what is going on with the thing that's making the heartbeat sound. Turns out it is actually a real beating heart. Sandy destroys the beating heart. We make our exit. As we're journeying to 10 towns, we hear dogs in the distance. When they get closer, we see that they appear to be dead/decaying. It's a girl, and her name is Velen something. Oh, it's just Velen.
Valen Harple.
Oh, Harple. That must be why I have my underline here. Harple. She's in search of a lost town for the Arcane Brotherhood. We hitch a ride with her. She says that she was looking for us to help find the town. We put it on our big old long list of things. I don't know how concerned we are about this right now, but we say her like, oh yeah, we'll totally help you. Just give us like a ride. She says something about netheries. Is that right? Netheries?
Sounds right.
An
Okay.
ancient, lost, super magical place.
That's on the list.
In my notes, I say, I have no idea what she is talking about. Then says something about an artifact. Codifact of white. These are just words I wrote down. I don't
Codicil of white.
Codicil of...
Adjust it later.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Oh, in my notes also, it does have an arrow and it says could be spelled in all caps very wrong. Clearly it was, streamers. We passed through East Haven. It is littered with dead bodies and destroyed buildings. They say it happened, quote, hours ago. Great. We continue to Brenshander. When we get there, there are people from other towns coming here to seek refuge. We go to the town hall area to see what their plan is. They don't really have one, I don't think. And I'm like, you know what? This has been fun and all, but I need to get some healer's kits because I ain't wasting my spells on y'all. So, deuces. Yeah.
Was that to us or the townspeople?
It was like to the townspeople. Remember, I was like, I don't have enough heals for everyone in here. Like, I need. Where's stim packs? Who's got stim packs?
Sometimes it sounds like you're talking to us when you say that.
Very good. Yes, so you went around the town trying to find healer's kits so that you could help bandage people up.
We went to the Morning Lord people.
You went to the House of the Morning Lord, and there were a bunch of people there laid up. There were a few healers going around tending to people, but it was still a very grim sight. There wasn't much going around. You did go back to a shop on your way back to Town Hall to meet back up with Wilzu and Sandy, and you found 2, I believe, that they gave you, that they just had extra. But we concluded the session when you arrived back with the rest of the group, which is where we're going to pick up today. So.
You forgot to say something. It's a good recap. Thank you for inspiration. Thank you, husband.
Inspiration. Fantastic recap.
Why is it so loud? We got cranked
Sounds
because it's
ominous.
dramatic.
Yeah. You were jamming out earlier, remember?
I was. I've been watching Riverdale.
Yeah, you have. Watching is not the correct verbiage there.
Binging. It's been my life.
So we decided we were gonna. I think we knew the dragon was approaching from the west, based on the map we saw, the little carved thing going around the map at that dwarf fortress. So we had told everybody, and we're trying to get as many people as we can over that way to hold this bee down. Am I right on that? I think that's what we did. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you talking
You're
out
the boss.
loud or are you talking to us?
I'm talking OOC to everybody right now, just to see exactly where we're starting.
Huh? It's like OCC. Alright, West Coast, Orange Coast. Yeah, that's where, the map says west. And so remember I was like, this. And then the captain of the guard was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I gotta get out of here. I'm stressed out. Plus, Sin needed an errand.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a convenient time to leave.
So, we fall back to all of you standing outside, a little away from Town Hall, with Valen standing there, her undead dogs, as well as a couple of her kobolds there, 2 of which showing signs of decay themselves. What are we doing?
Do you have oil? Do we have oil? Can I have some oil?
I don't have any oil.
I'm out of oil. It's for my arrows, so they make fire.
I might.
Or they can be lit on fire.
I kind of have a lot of oil. How much do you need? I have 5 pounds worth.
Just I have this empty flask bottle. I'll take a little flask of oil.
Does fire work on Chardalyn?
Remember, we're supposed to test that. We were like clank, clank, clanking it, and it didn't do anything. Aramil talks like this. We were clank, clank, clanking it, and nothing happened. Remember? Now we're gonna like fire, water.
Oh, try
Huzzah.
elements on it. Okay. Yeah, that thing. We probably have a little bit of time.
Did Sandy
Have a
get
flask.
some?
How would you feel?
Just as I was opening my bag of holding to get some.
Can I take out one of those shards of Chardalyn I'm carrying and just kind of set it in the snow and then pop, firebolt on it?
Sure.
Okay. Pop a little firebolt.
As you hit it with this firebolt, the snow around it melts, and it sort of does a little hop almost, and bounces a couple times before it settles, and it seems to be as though you damaged
the crystal
the
itself.
actual crystal itself. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think fire does anything extra. Just the impact alone looks like I cracked it, but... And I'll point to the piece of Chardalyn laying in the snow next to us.
It's certainly not flammable.
I don't know any... to be honest, that's the only element I kind of know.
Right. It's not killing itself in the snow. Like, you would think the water, you know.
Oh, yeah. So
can
water
check-
and ice doesn't work. That's clear now, too.
Check that. Do you have any, like, what else is there? Earth, wind, and fire?
Valen sort of chuckles a bit as she's leaning against one of her sleds as she's sitting down.
Valen.
And she says, be careful with that.
Well, we're kind of we're having a little bit of a time crunch right now. Chardalyn, as far as I know, has no weakness besides heavy physical impact. Unless you know something.
She says, I've done my studies on it.
Yes.
We, at the academy, the host tower, have experimented on it here and there. The thing that we found most notable is that how it, well, not all of it, but seemingly most of it stemming from here in Icewind Dale, seems to drive people mad who've been in contact with it for too long.
Uh-huh. Anything else at the academy?
How long have you had that rock?
I don't know. It's been like... I don't know, we were dead for like a week or something. I had it done
Yeah.
a little bit after that, too.
Time
Like 2
passes
weeks.
different.
She says, what do you know of Chardalyn?
Well, I know if you get hit by it, a large amount of it, some dark energy can seep into you as well. It hurts extra hard. Sandy knows mostly, though. I think he got hit by it the most. Also, if you wield a large enough amount of it, like you said, it can drive you mad. Or if you choose to fashion a crown out of it and put it on your head, you want to kill everything on the surface suddenly. So far, that's everything I know about it.
She sort of smirks and looks back at you. And she says, well, from what we have ascertained, it's a relic of a...
Mage Tower!
See, you know more than you were telling me.
Well, it's not relevant to our enemy. I only want to know stuff that stops a giant flying amount of it.
Anything you can learn about what your enemy is made of, is that not learning more about your enemy?
What does knowing it's made out of a building do for me?
For a wizard, so-called, you seem very adverse to knowledge.
Ooh, roast.
Knowledge
That's what I was thinking.
is only useful if I get to live for the next 3 hours to use it further.
She says, well, it seems to readily accept magical enchantments, but it seems that most of it here was afflicted and suffused with demonic magic. So it is actually quite dangerous to handle. In the odds that, well, you have a piece of corrupted Chardalyn. And most of the Chardalyn here stemmed from that mage tower that you so hate. And that mage tower was suffused with demonic magic itself.
Hold that thought! Sucinda, do you know any type of radiant or light mean stuff?
Light means stuff.
Yeah, like, you know how, like, she can summon the undead, the opposite of that stuff, like,
Like a radiant spell?
Yeah, like a radiant wrecking ball.
I know I can test out Word of Radiance.
Does that take a lot of your energy to do?
Takes no energy.
What's it do?
Well, you utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or take 1d6 radiant damage. Since it's not a creature, I think it would just fail.
That's not a spell. You can just do that.
No, it is a spell. It doesn't do anything. It's free. I can just do it.
We have experimented with holy divine magics at the host tower
It's
as
a
well.
freebie. Cantrip.
The Arcane Brotherhood, we are nothing if not thorough. And we found that Chardalyn, with enough divine energy, and by enough I mean quite a lot, it can be detected almost as a consecrated object instead of desecrated, but it took quite a lot, and if we're dealing with something that's already quite corrupt, I'm afraid that avenue may be a dead end.
Oh, never mind.
But, and I know this doesn't help our current predicament, but it is rumored that the Netherese experimented with Chardalyn long before us. And we're not talking about the Chardalyn suffused with demonic energy. Supposedly they crafted their own devices from the material itself. So it is not only here in Icewind Dale from this tower.
So there's different versions of it. Okay, that's actually weird. The only thing I've heard about the entire time being here was that it was dark and ominous, and if you held onto it too long, you go mad. We've been hearing that since since we all got together. Yeah. I didn't hear anything about that the first 6 months here.
Well, even still, I would be very cautious handling it.
Well-
Especially if you've had it for some time.
Yeah, it's just a tiny amount, fortunately. These shards don't... You can't even make anything out of them. But I do know one of their weaknesses as far as it goes. Nothing extreme, but... Sandy, you want to demonstrate its weakness for me? With your foot there?
Step up and try to crush it.
Okay, make an attack roll for me.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Wow.
You absolutely slam your foot on the top of this piece, and it kind of cracks a bit, and then kind of falls in two.
And there you have it. It's the only weakness that I know. And we just need to launch Sandy up at the dragon, and we'll be good to go.
They have cannons here.
She says, we have determined that it
got
really
two of
has no effect from any kind of poisonous or cold spells at all.
Or fire.
Fire, we actually did have some success with. Most other magics seem to affect the Chardalyn itself.
Most other ones do affect it?
It seemed that way.
So lightning, fire, Earth. I'm not gonna count Earth. Earth is Sandy. Earth is Sandy's boo.
Thunder.
Sound. That's right. Maybe I should have. No, I don't know any magic. Sound magic.
She says we also had some success with physical attacks as well, albeit not as
So radiant
successful
spells will
as
work.
our magical attacks.
They'd work about the same as fire or thunder or lightning, is from what Melinda's saying.
I can crush anything, even if it takes more swings than normal.
What's about necrotic?
Necrotic energy?
Well,
it seeps necrotic.
Even a
energy.
small amount of water can erode a mountain given enough time.
Valen, what about necrotic energy? I know it's pulsating it, but can it be overloaded?
She looks at her hand, kind of twirls her fingers a little bit, and you see just a little bit of green energy sort of trickle between her fingers. And she says, since it was not a living creature that we were experimenting with, just multiple pieces of rock itself, it's hard to say what sort of effect my magics would have on it.
We don't know.
Well, we'll learn today.
Okay.
Could you try anything on the Chardalyn that he has?
I got 2 shards left. One of them's, well, it's pretty much done. Just in the snow crushed.
Oh, because it's not living. I get what you're saying now.
I suppose we should talk strategy for the fight then.
In the meantime, you see, not to cut you off, but kind of as you've been having this conversation, you've been seeing people bustle to the north, south, east, west, coming in and out of Town Hall. You've seen quite a number of people coming in and out of Town Hall at this point. Some bloodied, some look to have just black kind of char on them. But yes, go ahead.
Have we seen any militia come out? Does it look like they're fortifying the west more than other sides?
You have seen militia moving around, yes.
Okay.
So what's the sheriff's plan?
Well, the sheriff's plan is... Oh yeah, it was just me and Sandy in there talking. We had a discussion about where to fight this thing, and here seems to be the best bet, is what we came out to. We know it's approaching from the west, so they're going to heavily fortify, so when it's coming in, we barrage the crap out of it. Maybe slow it down, maybe stop it completely from entering the town, unlikely as that is, but that's all we've got so far.
Right. That'd be great to fight it outside the walls, or the best place that God says to fight it. But yeah, outside of the town would be the best. Or not. Or best. Or not.
Nice suggestion as such, but they were adamant in saying that inside at their fortifications was as good as it was going to get, and outside was a death trap.
Well, who's to say a being such as a dragon would even care about your walls?
Well, it's not going to care at all. It's just going to be a line of people shooting arrows and crap at it on its way in. As opposed to a couple outside that died of... God, I can't even imagine what breath attack this thing does. Just, here he is out in the open in the snow.
That's when you blast it. You shove one in its throat, right? Just ha-ha into the mouth.
We could get Sandy up there, I completely agree.
Are there cannons here? What about catapults? Trebuchets?
I wonder, actually.
How high does that disc
I
go?
don't think you can actually catapult me.
What about your disc? Can you lift him how high?
Did the sheriff say they have, like...
I can only catapult 15 pounds. No, not yet.
Do you think Sandy could fit in my bag?
That's a death trap. Do not put people in wormholes. Very dangerous.
I don't think they would have stuff to siege towers and castles here.
Then how do we... So the idea is this dragon's flying in. What do we do first?
We gotta get its attention.
That should be relatively easy.
Maybe.
What do we do after that?
Destroy it, right?
Try not to die.
Kill it.
Yeah, try not to die and kill it.
Do we attack a specific part of it? Do we just throw everything at it? Okay, well, I have an idea I can use now that I have this, and I'll take the wand of web out, and I'll look at it for a moment. It's a flying creature, right? So it has to flap them wings to keep moving in the air?
Man, she...
So what if... What are you talking about?
Sorry, Jim.
So if it's in the air, flying, and I point this wand of web at it, and I specifically aim it at its wing, and it expands all of it, wraps the wing up, comes tumbling down.
That's a good strategy. Then we just go pow, 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 pow.
That's the strategies I'm looking for. So what do you guys got?
I like that one.
I mean,
yeah, we have to bring it down. I haven't seen, like, catapulting or, like, harpoon things to shoot rope over it, or... I mean...
we get that thing to land, and
right.
it's good as mine.
Right. I mean, there's no launching projectile devices here.
Wait, are there like ballista or anything around this town? This is the big boy town. Damn. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess you're
that
right.
would be the only thing to, like, we could have, like, anchors and, like, but
Like Monster Hunter?
yeah, Monster Hunter. Yeah, but that's not an option. I mean, that's the closest thing we got to a plan. I mean, I
could make myself disappear for a bit.
Me too, sort of, but we should have
Like
some
go to
kind
another
of
plane.
we should have some kind of, like, distraction, or I don't know, like some big fire thing or something happening flashy so it gets its attention, and then we beat the shit out of it there. Because any kind of pause in flight, that's our that's our thing. That's our I'm snapping, but don't know the word to say, but that's the moment. And then you're like with the webs.
I want to look around for anyone coming in or out of, like, the main main big mansion area. Or
Okay.
The headquarters.
What are you looking for?
I want to catch someone who looks like they were in part of an attack already.
I can make it not see for a bit.
You can make the dragon not see?
Do tell.
I can cast magical darkness.
I wouldn't trust that, Sucinda. A magic dragon probably could see right through it, yeah?
Well, it says even if it has dark vision, it can't see.
Was it stationary, or could you cast it on something?
Yeah,
I can cast it on something.
And then the darkness moves with it? Whose dog is this?
I love
You are holding.
you see Valen look down at one of the undead dogs that's just looking at
yes.
her going,
And it moves
and you
with
see
it.
her just go, and it stops.
It does move with it, yes.
Okay, well that's awesome.
Oh, that's
It's a concentration, and it would last up to 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
so you. Or go ahead.
You do that on its head, I'll try to web its wings, so something
Yeah.
has to work that way.
Right. Yeah. You blind it, and then we web it.
Now
and
the only
then
problem is,
bring it down.
if it does come down, we don't need to be around it, because then
the
we also
darkness.
wouldn't be able to see.
Well, yeah, but then you just, do what you do to make the darkness stop, and then we start wheeling on.
True.
Yeah. Can you turn the darkness off?
I guess if you were, I just lose my concentration, right?
It takes an action to stop concentrating. Yeah, you can just stop doing it, yeah.
Right.
Okay, well,
That's a great plan.
that's 2 we got so far. Excellent. Our chances get a little bit better. There was something else we were talking about before that. Damn, it was... Oh, yeah! Someone wounded around me.
You see plenty of people wounded around, not necessarily going in and out of the town hall, though.
Can I find the least traumatized one?
Yeah, sure. You see a man that looks to have some burn marks. Like his clothes have been sort of burned away and shredded, possibly from debris or something, but he has definitely serious burn marks down his arm. And he's just sitting there. He has somebody sort of wrapping his arm up right now.
Okay, I'll waddle up to him and I'll give him a quick wave and say, "Sir, hello, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?"
What?
Well, it's regarding what likely caused that. Which town do you hail from, if you don't mind me asking?
East Haven.
East Haven. Well, I'm part of the front team that's gonna try to take down the thing that messed up East Haven, and I was hoping you could tell me about the creature that attacked.
I didn't see much. Damn it! And he kind of swats away at the person who's wrapping his arm, and he says, "Large, dark-winged figure just descended from the sky and strafed the entire city."
I don't know if it would move with it, actually.
So it was strafing the city completely. It never stopped in one spot ever. Almost like it was just automatically going through your town? Or did it attack anyone that got its attention, or?
I believe the militia, some of them were saying that they thought that they'd hurt it with arrows or spears when it was coming closer to the ground, but most of it was from the sky, and it only landed to finish everything off.
I see. That information is good enough, sir. Thank you, and stay safe, okay?
About that time, the door opens again, and you see Sheriff Southwell come out and look at you, and nods and says, "W.A.S.S," and nods for you to come in.
Inside, team, real quick.
As we walk in. So actually, about that spell. I don't think it will work.
Oh. Well, that's good try, Sucinda.
Maybe if I were to cast the darkness, though, on an arrow, and you were to shoot it, it would move with it. The verbiage of the spell is really just quite tricky.
Could you cast it when it's mid-flight?
So it says, if the point you choose is on an object you are holding or one that isn't being worn or carried, the darkness emanates from the object and moves with it. So theoretically, if I touch then you wouldn't be able to see because it's dark.
But you just said if it's not worn or carried.
Yeah,
so if it's
I couldn't-
fired, you could just darkness as it goes. Yeah.
True.
How is Aramel gonna know where to shoot?
He shoots and then she darkens the arrow.
Yeah, my range is 60 feet.
Quite
so
a lofty.
That's...
It's quite a lofty shot, if you will.
Don't miss.
Oh, yes, the gods would say, it's a called
I
shot.
wasn't talking about me.
Wait for her. I don't think she has to. She just has to see it. So if you fire it and she's just looking at it, and woof, there it goes, and darkness. But you have to hit its head or neck. Otherwise, darkness will just sail off into the distance.
Oh, one more question. If it's wearing Chardalyn, would the arrow be able to penetrate the Chardalyn?
Have you seen how sharp and pointy his arrows are?
True.
I think he could pierce a brick. If he hits something for 38 damage, you damn well better be able to pierce a brick.
You hear Sheriff.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we're
yes.
We're coming. I go inside.
Is everybody coming?
Yes.
Yes.
Valen follows in as well. You make your way into the office again, where Speaker W.A.S.S is still standing next to the desk. Sheriff looks back to you and says, "You have a new companion." He looks back to Valen.
Oh yeah, Valen. She's alright. Keeps company that probably makes people a little nervous, but she's on the up and up. She's actually gonna help us take down the thing coming to destroy your town.
She says, "I'm all right."
See?
Well, like your cut of your chin.
Sheriff Southwell says, "Okay, well, regardless, he pulls up a piece of parchment that has been thoroughly written on. We've gotten reports from some of the other towns, folks coming here and informing us of what they know. We've made somewhat of a status report, if you will. Dugan's Hole, completely destroyed."
Can you show us the map again?
Yes.
I imagine he could just be telling me. He might be pointing to a map nearby.
Sure.
Or I would unfurl a map, but just to be sure.
Sure.
I'm gonna bring out my list as unseemly as possible. Just kind of scratch off Dugan's Hole off the list.
He says, maybe a couple of dozen refugees from that town survived. About half the population survived. Good mead. The mead hall somehow survived. All of the other structures were completely demolished. Roughly 50 to 75 refugees made it here. According to reports from East Haven, the dragon demolished the town almost entirely from the sky, barely even landing.
We passed through East Haven on the way here.
And
It's in pieces.
Yes.
There were a few survivors, but everyone looked rough. We told them to come here if they could.
it assaulted the town, reportedly, for almost 8 hours before it left. The town hall and the ferry are spared, and at least 500 survivors have come here from East Haven so far. But, assuming the best case scenario, that means about 1/3 of the whole population of East Haven was killed,
You said about 500 came here?
including most of the militia. Additionally, I have received word that Captain Arlegath and Speaker Whalen were murdered by Dwergar during the dragon attack. It seems as though they had more in the town, hiding, waiting for the dragon to attack. There is a silver lining. We are having reports that they say they did manage to deal some damage to the dragon before it left. Caer Konig and Caer Denival, the two castles we have yet to receive any word whatsoever from either of them. Tourmaline, it's too early to get a full picture of the state of Tourmaline. Early reports are saying that the docks have been completely destroyed. The only fact we know for certain is that the Speaker had ordered everyone to take shelter in the mines, so we hope for them to remain safe there. As for Bremen and Targos, we have heard nothing yet.
So we have time.
We do.
Though I don't know how much.
This is a discussion that Sadie and I were having earlier, with the sheriff and the speaker. It could be, I don't know, if it was sieging East Haven for hours, I can only imagine it's going to do the same to Targos, and maybe Bremen for a bit too, so it might not be here for half a day, maybe even an entire day. But our best option's just to wait, still.
He says, I have ordered the men to man the western wall. I have ordered several dozen militiamen to go throughout the town and tell people to take shelter down in our root cellars. They won't hold everyone. If the dragon decides to attack the city proper, there is no way to avoid casualties. We will keep those we can safe, and I believe we will defeat this dragon. But it will not be without sacrifice.
Yeah, I believe that. What do you guys think?
It'll be tough, but
this is just, it's such a shit way of thinking. People gotta die no matter what. Like, there's no alternative? I'd rather engage the damn thing outside of the town if we had some way to get up in the air after it.
From what I've been able to put together, it seems as though this thing was programmed. And it seems hell-bent on inflicting as much pain and malice as possible. But it seems its ultimate goal is the physical destruction of these towns. Why else would it spend hours upon hours doing nothing but sieging?
It was designed by a very, very crazy person who was driven mad by the very thing the dragon's made out of, actually. That we killed, fortunately, thinking maybe that would have helped. But...
well, it certainly couldn't hurt.
Right, exactly.
Is he the one that created this? Well then, hopefully there's no hope for repairing it.
His forge is dead. It was actually made of a beating dragon heart. He took care of that.
Of course it was. Wonderful. So, that's what we have so far. If my theory is true, I have, as I said, ordered plenty of men to the western wall as a vanguard, but we still need plenty within the city itself. If this creature, whatever it is, decides that its main mission is to flatten the city, then it seems it would pay no regard to the wall or the vanguard. So we must be prepared to attack it wherever it will land in the city.
Yeah, I doubt it's just gonna stay at the wall and fire down. From what I talked to this guy outside who was in East Haven when it came under attack, it did strafing runs until finally it landed to finish people. Likely, perhaps we should find rooftops or the highest point possible to get ready to engage it. Maybe even fan out a little bit.
Rooftops would be quite precarious. As you know, they are quite steep here to avoid snow building up upon them, but additionally, if you're standing on a building, the dragon decides to demolish said building.
That'd probably be a bad time. But some of us are brave enough to take that risk.
Oh, I hate heights. I hate heights.
So you wouldn't try to like leap on the dragon and take him down or anything?
Yeah, but not from like standing at the tippy top of a roof. That's terrifying. How am I gonna get up there?
Okay, never mind. In that case, I guess our best bet's just to hang on the wall with everyone else. But if it flies past us to the other end of town, I mean, it takes like, 10 minutes to cross this entire place, yeah?
If if not more, considering the congestion.
We may end up just running after a flying shadow.
Does it have any issue with daylight? If we could make, do you think? I don't know.
We haven't seen daylight here in years.
I could theoretically, I mean, if we have some time, we could switch up some spells, and I can make some daylight. Would it help? I don't know if...
I'll take out one of my shards of Chardalyn, so I only have one left, and I'll hold it out to Cinda. You can experiment as much as you want with this.
No, it'd be a whole thing, and it's a very expensive spell, and I don't want to just experiment if we're about to have to, you know.
Oh.
That's what I was saying. What's your face? What's your name?
Sheriff Southwell?
No.
Devessa?
Velen.
Velen. Is that the...
Velen?
Velen.
Yes.
Velen.
It would have been funny
Have
if you
you-
said Velen.
Do you know anything about daylight and
And Chardalyn.
Chardalyn? Yes. Do they go together? Do they mesh well? I could buy us
I
an
don't
hour.
believe one cares about the other, or vice versa.
So it just would do nothing. I'm just trying to rack my brain of anything that could
You're
help.
speaking of inanimate Chardalyn. We are dealing with an animated Chardalyn creature.
Is it a real
All the
dragon?
research we've done could be completely out the window. If we had a way to capture it, I would love to do some experiments, but I don't believe that's going to be an option today.
Well, it's likely you guys tried this too, but has anyone tried dispelling a corrupted shard before?
Yes.
No bueno.
No bueno. Whatever that means.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, is Spanish a language?
What time is it right now?
It is roughly it's probably about 9 p.m.
Well, should we sleep some? And I don't know. Could we even sleep?
We have to try.
And we need some rest. Been going for a while.
Well, we kind of slept on the way here, I think, didn't we?
You did get a long rest on the way here.
So,
you should
will
be.
we have any punishment if we stayed up through the night?
No, because I mean, you were you're on that backward sleep schedule
Yeah.
right now.
I feel like we should just, I'm good to go for a while. Let's just stay up.
Should we get some coffee or some booze or Bailey? Some what?
Yeah, may as well get some drink and food and just wait it out. That's all we can do now, right?
That and prepare. I will order my men to have the streets cleared as much as possible so that folks can move as though they need to. Although, if mass hysteria hits the streets, who's to say what happens? Regardless, I will do my best to lead our men. And I will trust W.A.S. to do what you do best.
Well, we will definitely give it our best this time around. It kind of a lot's riding on it.
Obi. It's like bumping into the camera.
Hello.
He says, I have ordered my men as well, if they see you in trouble, to help in any way that they can.
Hey, actually, it just came to mind. Any weapon that you have at your disposal that could help with this thing would be very useful. And by weapon, I mean even maybe some people that, I don't know, do you have like a prison here? Some ne'er-do-wells of some sort that...
You mean like live bait?
I didn't say that, Aramil. I simply said people who may have tools to assist us.
I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
I don't know, maybe some guy who's kind of wacky with magic, did something bad, took down a few people, and now he's in prison for the rest of his life.
Like a suicide squad.
That guy got killed in the other town. They killed him.
They sure did kill him, didn't they?
I don't have any mad wizards or anyone
Shame.
You don't have any.
locked up. We have some town drunks, as well as some thieves. But that's about
Perhaps
it.
they could steal the Chardalyn off of the dragon's back.
I guess we'll take our chances. Okay.
You don't have any catapults or cannons or trebuchets. Or...
We have none of those, as we have not had a need for them. at one point, we did have a couple of large mounted, heavier artillery crossbows, but we took them down. They seemed to be angering, or I'm not sure. Have you heard rumors of a large white dragon that prowls the tundra?
Yes.
Yep.
It's on the list.
We were doing our best not to agitate her.
Oh,
Her.
her.
Is the person who built them still around?
Yeah, they're still here. Can it be
It was not necessarily a single person.
Do you think with enough effort and people within, 12 hours sounds realistic? Maybe we could put something together? Just one even?
Are they in storage? Can we just put them back up?
Did they put the parts in storage?
Yeah, do we
Yes.
need to,
I
is it in the
believe-
U-Haul?
They
Like,
keep
is
the
it-
instructions.
Wood in Icewind Dale is in somewhat of short supply, as I assure you've seen. As I'm sure you know, we use whale fat to burn fires more than wood. So that, I'm afraid, was repurposed into walls.
Alright. The only other option would be taking down someone's freaking house, so I don't think we could do that right now.
turn someone's house into a cannon?
A trebuchet. No, a ballista.
Do we have
Evelyn
this?
says, you believe you could do that in half a day.
We have an entire city at our disposal right now, I imagine. So we can all hands on deck like crazy.
Are there any abandoned buildings here?
I would entertain. I would like to see it.
Well, there's no wood, so we don't even have a chance.
The
There's no
house
abandoned buildings. Nothing.
Yeah, the house that
I'm
the
sure
guy
there are
fled.
plenty of abandoned buildings, but
Yeah, the glass shop. The guy that got
Yeah,
killed.
Oh.
do you intend to
Bell rings
deconstruct a
bells.
building?
Yeah.
We could shoot
Sandy
the
could
glass
just
at
kick
it.
the building down or something. One good kick. Right, Sandy?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Never mind. We're screwed.
Yeah, we have to get the permits and everything. It's gonna take more than 12 hours.
We don't need permits. I wink. It's no problem. Really.
All right. Well, I mean, if it's not available, we won't. We don't have to go that path. We'll make do with what we got. Hopefully, enough people are around to do enough damage to this thing to stop its strafing runs. If we can just prevent it from going across the city, we're good to go.
Sheriff Southwell nods and says, I will be out on the battlefield myself, as long as I'm protecting W.A.S.S.
We actually have a tactic I should tell you about before we go in hard on this, and then I'm gonna reiterate that I'm going to try to web one of its wings, and that Sucinda is going to try to darkness a projectile that Arimel's going to shoot to try and blindside this thing so it goes barreling down somewhere.
That could work.
We're
Brilliant.
grasping at straws.
That's why we trust you, Wes.
I'm gonna put on my fancy clothes.
Where'd your archer go?
It's just my...
Well, I wanted to brief you since I noticed you out there. Hope this information helps.
It does. It at least lets us know how long we got. So I imagine maybe half a day or a little less. We'll be on the wall regardless. We're pretty well rested.
Very good.
Actually, Valin, what about you? Are you good to go? You drove all the way here.
She says, I'm fine.
Okie dokie.
I'm good.
You're welcome to hang out with us then. Maybe get some warm, hot apple cider and we just take a breather as we wait.
Indeed.
We start to sing some song that, in movies they always sing a song before a battle.
Some Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
style, like.
Yeah.
Wilson doesn't sing.
During this, I want to return exchange one of my spells if I have a long enough time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I say
So we'll go ahead and go into kind of fast forward mode here then.
We're gonna wait on the wall.
Okay. So I'll go through. Sucinda, what would you like to do for the foreseeable future here? You're all headed to the western wall.
Yeah.
I want to get a hot drink first. From I don't care what it is, cider, hot chalky.
I want some hot chocolate.
You want some hot jockey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want
It's
tan colored coffee.
most of these places are completely jam-packed with people, but for W.A.S., you do manage to get in and obtain some hot chockies.
Hot chocolate.
You know the bouncers?
Yeah.
Keep us nice and warm in the snow for a bit.
Can I get an ale from the same place?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like an ale.
Airman.
Can we put booze in that bag? Sim, is that a thing?
Just
Do you have a keg in there already or something?
You
That'd be weird. and
better
gross.
have a really good top. I'm not.
A keg.
If it spills,
Keg.
so help me.
Keg.
We could just get a barrel.
Yes.
Well, those are made out of wood. We could just get a. God, I don't know what we could store here. A
keg.
a metal box. I don't know. Kegs are. It's wood. Wood rare.
Metal kegs. Steel.
I actually have no idea how we could transport a liquid.
We have vials.
I have a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Are you saying that out loud or no?
Just under my breath, like I just did.
What was that?
Yeah.
You said she had a bottle of wine.
What kind of wine do you have? What's the ABV?
I don't know.
13.9.
So, as the time goes by, the weather starts to worsen a bit.
You know, we do have an evil Demogorgon statue that we're not supposed to look at. What do you think would happen if the dragon looked at it?
How do we know we're not supposed to look at
It's just what my notes say. Do not look at it.
it? How did we know that?
Because bad things happened when you looked at it.
Oh, was it in like our head? Like, I don't care. Is it in our head and stuff? Did we get bad vibes?
No,
Bad-
something bad happened.
I think
think
it's like mind control, isn't it? Something like that. Was she berserk or something?
I think
This
so.
happened to me. Damn it, didn't it?
Maybe we could just shine into the dragon.
The weather starts to worsen.
Oh,
Hey,
great.
hey, hey, and then like look at it.
The wind starts to pick up, and the temperature begins to drop. Not as steeply as what you've encountered before, but it starts to worsen nonetheless. Yes.
As this is going on, I open my bag of holding, because I'm also racking my brain of anything that can possibly help us. I summon one of the gourds of fancy cinnamon liquid. And while we're just waiting here, I'm also like trying to figure out what this is. Will this help us in any way?
You gotta remember what it is that I gave you.
It's fancy cinnamon.
You could put it in hot chalky. It'll taste better.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Did you get it? Was it from the fortress? From
Yeah.
one of the chests?
Yep.
It's a
It just
spice
says
chest.
fancy cinnamon liquid, 12 gourds.
Okay, I got it here. It has a very strong smell, almost like a hot kind of cinnamon type smell to it. Not sure if it would go well with hot chocolate.
Do you want to
Put it in ale.
Do you want to put a drip on the snow and see what happens to it?
Take a piece to your tongue.
Probably some fireball.
Should I put some on my tongue?
Oh, it smells like cinnamon, right?
Yep. I'm not allergic.
I
do
say
it.
no. I say no.
Put one on my finger
Yeah.
first. Is it burning my hand?
Pop it on your tongue, and it's got a very strong taste to it. And it almost kind of is spicy, almost a little bit.
Does it clear sinuses?
It does clear your sinuses a bit.
What's the Scoville on it?
Not sure, but it as soon as it hits your tongue, you can tell this is some sort of liquor, some sort of alcohol.
Ooh, yeah.
I tell none of my friends. I put the stopper back in it.
So
and
what
put
was
it back
it? You were
away.
obviously excited
What
about
did it
it.
taste like?
What
Your
was
face
it?
scrunched.
Yeah, I know that scrunch.
Even though I can't breathe through my nostrils right now, pretend that I can. Oh, it just really cleared up my sinuses.
Oh, so
Medicine.
Yeah,
Just like hard, spicy cinnamon.
Yes.
Oh.
No, we're all about to die. Let me be honest. I think it's liquor.
You gonna get liquored up before this?
No.
5 hours pass, and people seem to have settled into the best possible places that they could think to hide or try and protect themselves from what they believe is headed this way. The weather has continued to decline. It's extremely cold. The wind is whipping around and the snow is falling quite heavily. And just at first it sounds almost just like wind rumbling. You hear a deep just echoing from the distance, followed moments later by
Alright, Sin. Are you ready?
deep kind of rumble in the distance. All of you make a perception check for me.
As soon as this arrow goes, in
I got a 1.
16.
18.
Perception.
Sleepy
9.
dog. Snoring dog.
You said 9?
9.
You said a 10?
No, I got a 1.
1?
18.
18?
16.
Okay. The two of you in the distance, just between bits of snow and haze, see a glimmer of almost yellowish golden light, sort of just for a brief moment in the sky, and it seems to be moving, and you lose it again for a few moments, but looking in that same area you see it again, and then lose sight of it behind the snow, and you see it again, and each time you see it, it seems like it's getting just a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger.
The yellow and orange.
Do you think... You see that?
Yeah.
Huh?
That. It just keeps kind of...
I think that's Targos. Well, if that thing gets closer, Sin, I've got 150-foot range, so you get ready to cast that.
Okay.
It seems like
I'm
it's
gonna
getting
have
bigger
it.
still.
I'm having an arrow notch. I'm like knee down.
We ready our tri-attack.
I'm going to
ready.
yell out, "It's coming!"
You see everybody who was sort of not paying attention or talking or looking off in another direction immediately look towards you and see what you're pointing at, and you hear "To arms!" and you see dozens of
Jumanji music
people
starts to
pull
play.
out bows and start to notch arrows, and some people are very obviously like shaking, just insanely terrified, until you see it flapping.
I don't want to see it.
You start to hear people in the town screaming. The yellow light starts to get brighter and brighter, and you see it almost illuminate the sky, and you hear a long beam of yellow energy shoots out from this thing all the way up the road to the front gates, and you see it go and then explosions leading all the way up to the front gate as you see the entryway to Bryn Shander completely annihilated. Bodies start flying, people are on fire, but it looks like it's getting close to your range.
Sin, 3, 2, 1. I'd like to use my assassinate if I can, but it sounds like it's already taken attacks.
It has taken an attack.
Oh god.
I cast
we're dead
my
as fuck.
darkness on the arrow as well.
Its breath weapon is a laser beam. That's.
I'm going to go ahead and need everybody to roll initiative. I am going to let you guys do your thing first, but I figure we can go ahead and just get initiative here. Aramel.
16.
Wilzu.
12.
Sandy.
12.
That's a fat dragon.
That is a fat dragon. It's a thick boy.
Oh, they can't see it on the stream.
Dude, there's something going on. I think my screen is showing. Yeah, let me. Sucinda, what was your initiative?
9.
9.
9.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna fix the thing not showing up so the stream can see.
is it.
We're dead as shit.
Its wings don't look metal.
Not a chance. This battle's ending in 5 minutes when it falls to the ground from a web and can't see shit as it's darkened. And then we all just take our pitchforks and stab it till it dies.
Those wings do look kind of weird.
Do you want me to end my darkness right away?
No. You hold it down until it looks like it's in the way of
those
someone.
wings look like wings. They don't look metal.
Here we go. Now it's
Yes.
Sorry, stream. Okay. Aramel, you let loose your arrow. Make that attack roll. Sin, before you tell me the number, are you casting darkness on the arrow? Okay.
Can I sub my initiative roll for my attack roll?
Negative.
It's gonna miss.
Can I use my inspiration to let him roll again?
No.
Oh.
I assume a 9 does not hit.
Your arrow soars through the sky. You see Sucinda raise her hands up and cast this kind of black cloud around it, and it's soaring right up toward this dragon. And either from a flap of its wings or the wind itself, it sort of gets veered off to the side. And just for a moment, the dragon flies through this darkness and loses all vision, it seems like, for a second, as it sort of flutters in the sky, but regains its composure and continues flying toward the city. Aramel, you are actually first on initiative.
How far away is it right now?
It is roughly from you, probably about 100 feet right now, but it's moving very quickly.
Okay.
I'll try again.
Okay.
What was your initiative, Sid?
9.
You're 9, so you're a couple back.
Wait. Can I offer Aramel some D&D knowledge that he might not know?
Yeah.
Aramel, you have the ability to, I think it's called belay your action. You can call you into a specific action at a certain time or go before or after someone else instead of just do your turn, if you choose.
Yeah, I was trying to think of, like, add a character, like, a way for me to fire with Sin doing it again. What would that look like as far as me trying to wait for Sin to be able to cast to shoot?
If you wanted to wait until her turn, then you could wait for her command to do it and then let loose another arrow.
Sin, let me know when you're ready again and I'll shoot.
Are you able to cast it again?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a spell slot?
Mm-hmm. Delay action according.
Okay. That's going to bring us to the dragon, who is at this point almost directly over the town entrance that it just exploded in. You see it start to glow again. Another line right down the street, going across buildings, streets, and then buildings more, just exploding out from the ground, people flying through the air, and you hear screams of people trapped inside of buildings and houses as it continues to move forward. And I'll tell you what, I'll roll this out here, this D6. That's a 6.
Let me roll this so you guys can all see
I want to...
how much I murder everybody.
No, I just want to be fair. I want to make sure you guys know I'm not fudging the
He just wants
D6
to
roll.
show us the weighted dice.
Yeah.
I'll
show
use
you
another
how much
one.
I
I got
kill
3 D6s here, whichever one you want me to use. That does
Not
bring
the
us
red
to you,
one.
Sandy. Right now, the dragon itself is probably about, from where you are, because it's still up in the sky, it's probably about 100 feet or so away from where you're currently standing.
Wait, up in the sky above us?
Yeah, it's in the sky currently.
It's so far away.
Okay. Well, I can throw my javelin 120 feet. So I am going to grab my javelin and just try to chunk
Just
it
huck
at
it.
this guy.
Okay,
yeah.
make an attack.
It's going to be a 24.
That hits.
Whose turn's next? Is it mine?
No. Willsy's
Oh.
on deck.
Was this before me? I thought you rolled a 1.
I got 12. One of
5 damage.
Okay. You let this javelin fly through the air, and it sinks right into a kind of a joint between two pieces of its armor and just sticks in there. It doesn't seem to affect it too much, but it does look like you damaged it at least a little bit.
Now in my turn, since I cannot fly.
And how much damage was that again?
It was 5.
Okay. All right, Wilzu.
I have my wand at the ready, but it's so far away. I know I'm not gonna be able to reach it with my webbing. So I am going to instead use my free hand, lob a bead, just point it straight up at this thing, and just detonate a fireball on it.
Okay. Let's make a dex save. It fails.
Sweet. Can I get some D6s, please?
How many do you need?
I need 4.
Here's 3. Let me get you one.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nailed it.
It is going to take 24 fire damage.
Nice.
This ball of fire erupts in the sky, and you hear people in the town actually scream in the distance because they're not sure if this explosion is coming from it or if it's shooting another beam down at the ground. But you see it, the sheer explosion from this kind of rattles the dragon a bit, and you see a small little piece of it kind of fly off of it and land on the ground. It looks like that actually hurt it.
I guess fire is at least regular effective. Maybe not super effective. Regular works. It's end of my turn.
In turn, Sucinda.
I want to look over at Aramil and be like, I'm ready now. But this time, for the record, I want to wait until the arrow is further along and I see if I think it's going to hit or not before I cast my spell. Because I can cast my spell up to 60 feet. So I feel like at 60 feet, I'd be able to like, oh, nah, it's not going to hit.
I like your angling skills, Sucinda. Get him.
Yeah.
Go for it. Make a D.
Yeah. So if it's like a 1 and it like goes way far, then like obviously I would know that wouldn't
If it's
hit.
a 1, I'd say sure. But if it's not, you'd have to. This is not a large, giant arrow. It's a small arrow.
I feel inspired right now, though.
Inspired.
Unfortunately, that doesn't really do anything for the arrow. So you can let me know if you get a nat 1. But other than that, you need to decide if you're going to cast it on this arrow as is.
I will.
Question.
Yeah.
Did you say it was wearing armor?
I did say armor. It's just a big thing made of Chardalyn.
All of it's Chardalyn? It's not like Deathwing armor? From
Correct.
World of
It
Warcraft?
looks like all Chardalyn.
Okay, never mind.
Well, like I mean, there's
know-
bolts and other things there, but the 98% of this thing is
I
Chardalyn.
assume the bolts are Chardalyn.
Is the javelin still in it?
Yes, it seems to be wobbling around a little bit.
I'm gonna go ahead and do what I said I was gonna do.
Okay.
But I'll say if I get a 1 or a 20.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
it was not a 1 or a 20.
Arrow's flying. Yes or no?
I try and cast it.
Okay. You cast darkness again on this arrow.
It was a 23.
Okay. Flies through the air and sinks right into the side of this thing's neck, just behind the base of its skull.
5.
5 damage. Doesn't matter.
5 damage.
Mission accomplished.
It doesn't seem to notice the arrow itself, but you see this large, just smoke of magical, just inky black smoke start to coalesce around this thing's head, and you start to see it's still flapping and flying away, but you can tell it just seems a bit lost.
How long is this dragon? Like, how many feet?
Yeah, the darkness isn't covering all of his body, I assume.
No, it's only 15 feet
It's a 15
sphere.
foot radius. I am going to say it's probably larger than 15.
So
it's
we
definitely
can
larger
like
than
see it to attack, like its tail or something.
Like
Okay.
its back legs. And
Right.
Okay.
maybe a little bit of its tum-tum.
Nailed it.
Burning
I'm going
tum-tum.
to use my movement to run in the direction it's going.
Okay.
End of turn.
So you kind of hop down off of the side of the wall and start running into town. That's going to bring us to Velen, who will look over at you and say, "Nice shot." She says, "I've got nothing to so far away." And
We're working on it. We're working on it.
that's going to bring us, actually, Aramel, back to you. It's your start of the new round.
I'll run 30 feet closer again.
Okay.
And then I will. Shit, I don't think I can do everything I want to do because I want to uncork a oil flask and dip it and shoot it, but I don't think I can do all of that
Right.
because I have to light it too.
Yeah.
So I can't. So I'll just shoot another arrow. At it.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
That'll be a 18
That hits.
on
Barely.
there. There we go. And then big whammies. 6.
Okay. Again, another arrow. That was perfectly timed. Right when you did that.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Thanks, Sirenscape.
Yes.
This arrow, it seems, sort of sticks into it for a moment, and then it doesn't sink in super well, and just kind of falls out and goes to the ground. Additionally, you see the spear that Sandy threw into its side sort of snap off and fall to the ground as well. You're starting to, as we come to the, is it your turn?
Yeah.
We come to the dragon's turn. It's starting to fly away from you now, past where you're standing. And this darkness, it's clearly messing with it as it's taking these erratic turns left and right, and you see it start to glow again, and it's just looking its head every which way, trying to get its way out of whatever darkness it's in, and lets out another beam of light, but it just goes completely wild across the city and just scorches an arc across the town, sending fire and flames into the sky. And that is going to be the end of its turn. Sandy, you just saw Aramil run off and just a large explosion happen off in the distance.
That was me.
I'm gonna hop down as well and start to follow Aramel.
Okay. And you're just kind of dashing to keep up with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'll bring us to you, Wilsey.
Are any militia shooting at it currently too?
Yes, they were shooting at it as well.
Okay. Damn it! I'll hop off this wall and start chasing after it as well. Would you say it is within 150 feet of me?
No, not anymore. Not after its last turn.
Where is it? Okay, so in that case,
So you were all standing on the western vanguard, essentially. It approached the vanguard and flew directly past you.
so it's on the opposite end of town.
Yeah, it's over the city proper now.
I'm gonna hold my action until it's within 150 feet of me, and then I'd like to go to cast Fireball.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just
just so you're aware, it got closer and now it's moving further from it.
Yeah, but I assume it's like it's on the other end of town. Like if it goes further, it's out of town. Correct?
Not necessarily. The town is.
I just don't want to spend every turn just chasing after its asshole.
How far is it from us now?
Between the distance of it and then accounting for how high it is, it would probably be about 160 feet, 170 feet.
Oh, it's just barely outside of your range then.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my fireball. If
Just
it
in
gets
case
close.
it comes back in
Yep.
range. Okay. It is blind, so it doesn't really know where it's going.
But I moved 25 feet into the town. If I go that far at least.
Okay, so you're kind of following Aramel and Sandy. Okay. Sucinda.
I try and move in a bit closer to it. I'm a little confused as far as what it's doing right now, to be completely honest. And I will also hold my turn in case if it were to come within 120 feet of me.
Okay.
Then I'll cast Guiding Bolt, but if not, then I'll wait for my next turn. Well, actually, looking around, is anyone, like, at 0 HP around me right now that I can, like,
Not that
spare
you
the
can,
dying?
like, just, like, see right now.
Yeah,
no.
okay.
But as you make your way further into town, you're starting to see more. The smoke is starting to mix with the snow, and it's becoming a little more difficult to see between the wind and the snow. But you're holding your action until the dragon is in range, if the dragon comes in range of you.
Yeah, I guess, is there anywhere, like, easy for me to climb to get, like, closer as far as, like...
No, because you were on kind of the outer ring of the city.
Okay.
And so you had to climb down to go into the city. Here, let me pull up a map of Bryn Shander for you. So here is Bryn Shander. So you guys were kind of at this western entrance down here as it approached. The dragon has now, it came in over there and is now kind of over in this general area, kind of flying around right now. The entire town is 2,500 feet from left to right.
Big town.
It's quite massive.
Okay.
Okay. Valen is going to follow the rest of you, just kind of running in towards the town. Wilzu, make a perception check for me.
I can do that. I can do an okay job at it. 16.
Wilzu, something unseen is making footprints, and they're coming towards you right now.
Oh shit. I have a fireball at the ready. I'll just turn and shout. Another step and I use this on you instead!
Keeps coming.
I do it. I point at them instead. And I'm gonna
Make an attack roll.
I'm gonna fire. It's a fireball. It's just gonna go over there and go boom.
Are you doing a fireball? Okay.
I had it at the ready for the dragon. I noticed
Okay.
that shit, so I just point it.
Oh boy.
Give me.
It failed.
Give me 4d6, please. Ignore the warning at your own peril, whatever you are. Oh, this one's gonna fucking hurt too. 26 fire damage.
A giant explosion happens right inside of an alley. The fire from this, you see, just almost funnel through these very thin alleyways and explode out above and out toward you, stopping just short of Valen herself. And after a moment, you see two dead, completely scorched Dwergar with blades in their hands.
Nice.
I look back up towards the dragon. I'm gonna shout to the group too. I guess this will be a free action. Dwergar sneaking around, maybe. Watch your sides.
Okay. Aramel.
I'm going to use my bonus action to use cunning action to dash 60 feet closer to it.
Okay. You're kind of having to dodge in and out of, like, between people running around and through alleyways and back out into the street.
I will fire an arrow, assuming I can see it.
Yeah, you can come into kind of a clearing where it's sort of hanging in the sky at the moment.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. 25.
That hits.
Alright. 6. And then I will kind of use the rest of my movement, my normal 30 feet, to just kind of go to a wall. And
You see this arrow just soar up to the sky and just kind of clink off of it.
end of turn against a wall.
Okay. That's going to bring us to the dragon. who now is, you see, descend down on top of a set of buildings, and they just crumble like it was nothing. It was twigs underneath this thing's massive weight.
Damn.
And you see explosions come out. Now that you can't see it, it's down at street level, most of you at least. You just hear utter chaos and screams from the distance. And you just see buildings collapse as it sounds like stone hitting and absolutely ripping through wood and other stone construction. And Sandy, it's going to bring us to you.
So, is this thing on the ground now?
You definitely don't see it flying through the air.
I'm gonna keep pace with Airmail, and since he was kind of concentrating on the dragon, shooting the dragon, I'm gonna look around him and make sure no one's trying to get Airmail from shooting this dragon.
Okay. You don't see anyone trying to assault him. What you do see, though, is a building that was damaged collapses about 20 feet away from you. The noise of the crashing walls and shattered timbers sort of fades away, but they're replaced by people screaming trapped inside the wreckage. It looks like there's maybe one or two kind of larger pillars in the way that's keeping them from getting out.
I'll take a deep breath and run to the side and try to run and help and lift the pillars.
Okay, make an athletics check for me as you run up to this smoldering, burning building.
26.
You run up, and the first large pillar actually crumbles as you move it out of the way as though it's already been damaged. The second one, though, is still quite intact and very heavy, but you get underneath it and lift it up just enough, and you see 3 adults and 2 children actually run out from this burning house, and the woman stops and thanks you so much as she continues to flee out into the street.
Yeah. I go and then try to turn around and start hustling again.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Wilzu.
If I move another 20 feet down the street towards it, am I 150 feet in range? I would have been 50 feet from the wall.
I'd say, yeah, you were just barely getting in range at that point.
Okay, I'm a Hail Mary one this time then. If I'm within 100 feet as I'm running up, I'm charging another little ball of energy in my palm.
Now, one thing I want to make note of, now that it's on the ground, there are people running all over the place, left and right, up and down the street, and trying to steer clear of it, but there's only one kind of main roadway, and some of the sides are blocked off.
How wide is this dragon?
How wide is it?
He's a wide boy?
He's a pretty wide boy. I mean,
Just a triple C thick boy.
Thick with 2 C's.
look at that absolute unit, dude.
He big.
That's a wide
Big, thick
boy.
That's a wide boy.
If you within range of a fireball in that, you getting eaten anyways.
Could I pinpoint it above it and avoid the ground around it?
Sure.
And that would only capture him, that wouldn't capture the people?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I really want to throw it on him, but I'm going to do it above him.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll throw it above him and just...
What's your DC?
14.
It rolled. Let's see what it's.
Can I get the...
3.
D6?
Yes.
Can I get
Rolled
2
an-
D6s?
It rolled an
absolutely.
18.
It's definitely. It's only going to take half of this. 11 fire damage total. If it's
Okay.
because of success.
You see, right as this bead of energy reaches its apex, just before it explodes, the dragon sort of turns and its wing almost shields its body from most of this blast. Although it does still damage it, it doesn't seem like it was nearly as effective as you'd hoped.
I'm hustling towards him still, but that's it in my turn.
Okay. And you're having to, since you're a little boy,
I'm 25 feet, it turns to 30.
You're kind of having to also navigate through people running the opposite direction as well. Almost like something from like a Godzilla movie.
That thing has like a night mask.
It does.
Looks like Shredder.
Yeah. Sucinda.
I'm running too. I'm trying to catch it.
Okay.
Once when it is within 120 feet, I hope I can run that far.
Yeah, I'd say you could just barely get in that range.
I cast Guiding Bolt at a first level at it. Please roll good. 19 to hit.
That hits.
Blessed be. Bloop. Seven radiant damage.
Okay. You see this
I rolled 2 ones.
energy, this radiant energy, sort of disappear into your darkness for a moment, and then reappear on the other side as you see it, sort of this radiant fire engulf part of its body for just a moment. And it looks like it did some damage. You see some char marks on the side of it, but the dragon itself doesn't seem to be paying attention to either of you. It's still using its tail to knock buildings over and its claws to crush them from above. A couple of times you've seen it actually pull its wings back and literally with the strength of its wing knock a building over to the ground. It's going to bring us to Valen, who is going to have to dash as well to keep up with you. She does not have anything that's going to go far enough to do anything super useful. And that's going to bring us to the top of the round, where we're going to take a quick, just probably 10-minute break. Ooh. And we're going to come right back and
Kick its ass.
fight a dragon.
Fuck it up.
So hang out with us. We will be right back.
Gain a new mount. Shit. This is our airship.
the record.
Eat your snacks. It's very dark.
Ooh.
But you know what? It's fine because ambience.
Is it spoopy?
All right, guys, welcome back.
Oh, you can
it's a
see
little,
us still.
It's a little dark right now because I wanted the
ambiance.
ambience, as you'll see. So we have now set up our battle map here.
It's a city that's being destroyed.
Oh, God.
We could maybe turn on
Oh,
one of the
that's
hue
sick.
lights, JD.
Yeah, looks good.
I'm gonna zoom it out a little bit. Huh?
We could turn on maybe the hue lights in there. Okay.
It's such a big dragon.
This is one of those things that JD probably purchased off of Amazon that came in a ginormous box. And I was like, JD, you got a package from Amazon. And he's like, oh, that's for me. Ha ha ha. And then he opened it outside of my view. Because I don't think I've seen this one yet.
No.
Spoiler if you did.
That thing could eat you. It can eat you in one bite, it looks like. It might actually do that if you get close enough.
Does it even have a mouth? Looks like it's got shredder grill.
Oh, I don't know, it's shooting a beam out of those slits, or maybe it's opening it up and firing? I haven't gotten close enough to see its mouth do it yet.
Okay.
You can't now.
So back into it. You all turn the corner roughly at the same time, and you come through this smoke and fog and snow. And before you stands the largest anything you've ever seen. This creature seems to be just oozing malice itself. As soon as you turn the corner and see it, it squashes a human being beneath its front foot. It seems to be almost just enjoying the destruction that it's wreaking.
But it's still in darkness, right?
That's ominous.
Oh, Mass Effect!
Okay, Godzilla.
I am going
Reapers.
to run to my left on the... I want to get to the corner of that building that's on fire. Yep. I'm going to pull out a torch. Well, let me tell you what I want to do. I would like to pull out a torch, light it on fire, and then pull out my thing of oil.
Okay. Kind of getting ready.
As much as I can do.
Yeah, so you can definitely prep it to fire on your next turn, for sure.
And then I would like to bonus action hide with my stealthy cloak.
Okay, make a stealth check.
And I think I get... Let me look at this. Oh yeah, cool. I have advantage on stealth checks. Okay. 24.
You feel pretty like a sneaky boy.
End of turn.
Okay. That is going to bring us to the dragon. You see it continue to thrash around, and it stomps forward and lets out its front right claw and absolutely smashes this town guard against the wall here. You can almost swear you heard bones break from there. It then takes its tail and shears the whole top half of this building off before you. And then you see it plant all four of its feet on the ground and just lower its head. And you almost hear a humming, like a vibration coming out of it. And there are quite a few other people here either running or firing arrows at it. And it seems like they're kind of stopping for a moment and they are sort of gripping their head. And they need to make a saving throw.
Is that a sound attack? It's messing with people's heads.
What the literal fuck?
You see these four people here look up at the dragon and they almost go calm. And then they turn and look at you.
I'll kill him.
It can mind control?
Three of them look back at you. This one looks as though it's staring over here at this other villager.
Did it need to see them to be able to make that?
No.
Okay.
Sandy.
You got this.
Okay, well, I'm going to run 40 feet directly at it. Should put me roughly about there. Can I hold my action to, like, dodge or try to dodge a move or an attack against me?
Yeah, I'd say if you're like readying for like to try and dodge out of a breath attack or something like that, I would give you advantage on that. Yeah.
Okay. That's
because it's a save.
Okay, that's what I'll try to do.
Okay.
Just kind of like knowing I can't make it to him because I'm just too exhausted right at 40 feet. I'm just gonna stare at him and just prepare myself.
Okay, will do.
I'm going to shout at my team that I'm going to start taking the long way around. Start going down this pathway. And as I'm going, I'm going to reach behind me and take a scroll out of my pouch from my back. Shout, "You think I haven't done this enough yet?" And unfurl it. And it forms into another tiny bead that I'm going to lob at this, just into the darkness that I can see on this guy.
Which is, it's towards the front, so the darkness is emanating kind of from here.
So, okay, in that case, I'm going to pinpoint, like, right above it again and just nail him. And I need the D6s for a fourth time. And final time, unfortunately. So it's 4.
It failed.
1, please.
Nice.
.32 fire damage.
Okay, as
Nice.
this just erupts in the sky, and you see all the people standing near you, just their eyes just shoot up to this explosion, including the ones in front of you there that turn to look at you for but a moment. Does that end your turn?
Bye-bye, fireball scroll. Yeah, that's it.
Sucinda.
I hate it. I hate it here. I would like to move 30 feet in to try and get some type of coverage. And I guess I will try and cast... Oh man, nothing's a good option. Let's just go for the... Let's just try our best. I'm gonna try and cast Guiding Bolt at a 3rd level.
Okay.
Why not? We'll try the gold one. I will use my inspiration. Do I think I can roll this one again? Why not? 18 to hit.
Barely hits.
Praise be. Okay, Guiding Bolt. How many D6s do I get? 6. I'll take this one and this one. Do you have one more D6? Oh, right here in front of me. Wow. $20 radiant damage.
All right. You see this divine fire erupt around its shoulder, and again, scorch marks and bits of it kind of fall off as you definitely looks like it did damage. It doesn't seem like it was as much as you would have thought it would do, but it still hurt it.
Does Guiding Bolt do anything to it? Is that the glow effect thing? Or is that a different spell?
It would have been mystical dim light glittering on the target until then. Because someone would have had advantage, I want to say.
Well, if it hits, it's supposed to make it shimmer, so the next attack has advantage.
But because of the magical darkness, I
It's
don't
kind
think
of like
it would have.
all in that same area.
Yeah.
The weather continues to deteriorate. as well, as the wind continues to pick up, as it is now Valin's turn, who is going to take a couple steps up. And you see her reach her hand out and curl it almost into like a hook. And when she does, you see a kind of decrepit skeletal hand emit from her arm and lash out towards the dragon and latch on to one of its arms and just kind of grip into it. And you see kind of this greenish energy emit out from the area that this hand connected with. And you see some of the Chardalyn start to kind of almost deteriorate a little bit as it is going to take 9 necrotic damage.
So do we think necrotic works well against it then?
Seems like it was another neutral.
It's going to end her turn and bring us to the top of the round for Aramel.
Cool. It's not engaged with anybody, I don't think, so I will unveil myself and I will draw an arrow, dip in the oil,
Okay.
fire,
Let it loose.
loose. Nat 20.
Hey, max damage.
Alright, so that'll be 12 plus whatever, if anything, for fire.
Yeah, roll a d6 for fire.
6.
Okay. Very good.
So then 12 piercing, 6 fire.
Okay. You see the arrow sort of explode as it makes contact with the underbelly of this dragon.
Nice.
And it sort of rights itself a little bit.
I'll rehide
Okay.
for a 17.
Okay.
End of turn.
It's going to bring us to these. Here. And this one is going to look at you, Rozu, and take a shot at you with its crossbow.
What a jerk.
And he just, looking in his face, his eyes just seem glazed over. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Jesus, that'll hit.
That is going to be 5 piercing damage.
Well, that hits my extra thick barrier that's surrounding us, thanks to our good deeds in the past.
This one runs up to you, Sandy. But you deflect his attack off. This one's going to shoot their bow at you, Sucinda. And that's going to be a 19 to hit.
You got me.
Oof.
It's going to be 9 piercing damage. And I need you to make a concentration saving throw. Constitution. Concentration check, Constitution saving throw.
Con save. I'm not concentrating. It's a 7.
Okay. This arrow sinks into your shoulder, and as soon as it does, you just for a moment you try to reach out with your mind and grab back onto it. The darkness fades from around this dragon's head.
Well,
One here is going to look at this other militia member and actually take a shot with its bow at the other one. And that is going to hit with a 17. And that is going to be 9 damage as this arrow just sinks into the neck of this other one who was about to run up and take a swing at the dragon and instead just falls short onto the ground and stops moving. Which is going to bring us to the dragon now.
Right.
Who looks over at you all and takes a few steps this way, and using its claws just crushes this house completely, and uses its wing actually to reach out and crumple this balcony off into the streets here, and is going to use, let's see, what do I want to do? And it's going to use its other claw actually to step and crush this villager right here.
Damn.
And it's going to end its turn. Sandy.
I'm gonna laugh in the face of this possessed guard that just tried to attack me and come back with my axe just as hard. My first attack is going to be a 27 to hit.
To hit the guard?
Yes.
Yeah, that hits.
And 12
For damage?
for the second attack.
Well, it only takes one. As you... Go ahead and roll damage, probably.
6.
Okay, we'll take 2.
14.
Okay. You take 2 cleaves right into this guard's stomach as it's trying to attack you. And you see his eyes just sort of almost come back into focus for a second and look at you before he falls over dead.
Rough. Made eye contact. Seeing the dragon getting closer. Let me see if I can do this.
Have some flares. Hey.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna rage up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna rage up. I'm gonna run.
Do
Ooh.
it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Close.
Left or right?
I'm gonna go like here.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, right into it. And I want to take my third attack and try to cut up its armpit area. I think it's a
Grapple him.
Fif-
Suplex.
15.
A 15 is going to miss. Well, it's not going to miss. You just hit it in a way that you just don't feel like it made any kind of impact whatsoever.
Okay, well, in my turn.
Willsy.
As I'm running down this side road, I'm going to take out... Well, actually, I'm going to reach in another side pouch. This one's on my hip. My little, I think it's purple bag, and take out a small poof ball and throw it out in front of me as I'm running.
Okay.
And out of said poof ball pops... God, please something
Your
I can
own
use.
Chardalyn Dragon.
Oh boy! Out of my poof ball pops a giant elk
Yeah.
already kneeling down. Oh, my elk! Hell yeah!
Hell yeah. Sir Elkington.
No. Like this, other side. It's, as it comes out, I want it down the ground, so I'm doing a run and mount. I'm hopping on this thing. And let me get its stats. Because this is the thing that I was hoping to come out so I could get some movement.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. We go galloping down the hallway. I want to go 60 feet rounding the corner.
Okay. Alright, so I've got you back here around the corner. When you make that round, when you round that corner though, you do see something.
What do I see?
You see a few panicked 10-towners rush past you in the opposite direction. But it seems like not necessarily to escape the dragon, but to get away from a heavily armored, gray-skinned dwarf as big as an ogre.
Oh, shit.
It yells in Dwarvish as it's stomping towards you through the snow. In Dwarvish, you hear it say, "No more winters for 10 towns."
We got our own problems here. Fuck off. God.
So he's back here. Enlarged.
All right, me and Elfman are rushing him. That's into my turn.
Okay.
But I'm
You're
stopping.
able to get most of the way to him. I know you can't see that here. You're probably about 10 feet away from him.
Okay. No, yeah, we're doing some mounted combat. I'm good.
Okay. That brings us to Sucinda.
Where exactly am I?
You are right here.
Use your D20 to track yourself.
Let me read this one more time before I decide this is what I want to do. I become invisible.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Cloak of Shadows. As an action, I use my channel divinity to become invisible until the end of my next turn or until I cast a spell or attack.
Okay.
I would like to use... I want to go 30 feet up.
Which towards the dragon?
Yeah, because that's as far as I can go since I did an action, right?
Yes.
I'm still invisible.
Mm-hmm.
No one can see me. I'm not a real person.
Okay.
I'm not
Aramil,
here.
You see Sucinda just disappear right before your eyes.
My friends don't know that I can do that yet.
However, you do see her footprints in the snow as
Almost
she continues
magic.
forward. End of turn? Okay. This one sees the footprints you make, and it tries to swing at you, but just it doesn't really know what it's swinging at necessarily, and just completely swings in the wrong direction. End of turn? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's going to bring us to Valen, who moves up and... Let me make sure I'm reading this right. She moves up around the side over here, and you see she starts kneeling down behind this body and starts casting something.
She's about to bring it back
You
to
see
life.
green energy sort of flicking back and forth between her
These poor guards.
fingers.
They're being used by everybody.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
That is going to bring us to Aramil.
Cool. I will become somewhat visible and draw an arrow and feel good that Sandy's over there and fire an arrow.
Okay.
Get to finally use some sneak attack.
And the one next to you is also kind of firing off an arrow, the guard next to you as well.
I'll like do this on like all right, like this, and then like that's it's gonna be a 14.
Okay, that one, the angle of the arrow itself, just where it hits on the dragon, just sort of bounces off.
I'll move. I will use my bonus action, the cunning action, to hide, and then end of turn, and then that's a that's a nat 20 on my stun one.
Damn.
You feel
It goes to 30.
You feel very sneaky.
Damn, I wish I'd have rolled an attack on that.
Okay, this dragon is going to actually kind of walk past you a little bit.
Asshole.
That's disrespectful.
More of the stuff just get absolutely crushed underneath the weight, and it's just sort of moving just in this general direction. And as it's doing so, it seems like its main intent is just destroying these buildings. For a moment, it stops again, and you hear that same humming, almost vibrating sound. Sandy, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Being enraged help with that at all? Your brain too messed up already?
Actually, that might. Does rage prevent you from being charmed?
I don't.
I'm trying to look it up here too. So you gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws. It does not. So yeah, wisdom save.
It was a 14.
Okay. You feel this sense of calm almost enter your head. You're still under the effects of rage for the sake of just like how it doesn't necessarily calm you, but you no longer feel a.
Am I being charmed?
Yes.
I cannot be charmed while being rage.
Okay.
I am mindless rage.
I knew his brain was too messed up.
Okay.
level
That's what I
6.
thought. I didn't see it.
It's not in, like, I have to go into my manage levels to look at it, but I remember seeing it. But yeah, I cannot be charmed while being enraged.
Hell yeah. Mindless rage.
I just want to kill.
Does that say you're too stupid?
Yeah, there it is. Mindless rage. Okay. So you start to feel this. You almost for a moment see the dragon no longer as a threat, but as almost an ally. But you kind of manage to shake it off, and you glance back up at the dragon just in time for it to be looking directly down at you, and it's going to take a swing at you with its claw. Let me pull it up here.
See if it claws itself.
That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
That's going to be 12 damage as it follows up with another claw attack as well. And that's a 19 to hit. 16 slashing damage. And it will then use its tail to whip around here. Wilzu, you see pieces of building and debris just fly across the back road there in the alley that you're in. And that is the end of its turn.
Ooh. It's never good. Don't know what it's for, but it's never good.
Sandy.
While under this thing, I'm gonna just try to gut it almost, and take 3 swings.
Hell yeah.
I've got a 19 and a 24.
Those both hit.
And a non-nat 20 for the third one.
All 3 hit.
Yes. 19 plus 15.
Ooh.
Nice.
Plus 15.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
49?
49?
Dude.
Damn it.
Hell yeah.
So you just take 3, because you do a frenzy attack there as well?
Yeah.
So you take 3 attacks at this thing, hitting it at the same exact spot each time, and it feels like you're just chipping away at it. And for a moment, you feel like you just penetrated through this thing's armor, and it almost kind of takes just a small little inch step back, but then sort of reasserts itself in front of you. End of turn?
End of turn.
Wilson.
Okay, I'm gonna kneel down. I'm not kneel down. I'm gonna lean down a bit more on this elk, pat him on the side, and say, "Okay, buddy, time for a tag team attack." I'm gonna have it do a U-turn, go back 10 feet, do another U-turn, and full charge this huge
yeah.
dwerg.
So you're turning around and then coming back?
Yeah, just doing like a spin around to go at him.
Okay.
And this thing is 15 by 15 feet large,
Okay.
so it's gonna use a ram attack and try to knock him down.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Can I add a little flavor to that? My help action on him too that I'm gonna use.
Sure.
Okay, so the way I want to help him, I want to do a silent image. Or minor, it's called minor illusion. It's a cantrip. And I'm gonna just kind of just place like a panicked me, like just in the air, right in his face like this.
Okay.
Just so he's distracted enough to not see the elk full charging his ass.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic.
We make its attack roll. That's pretty good, but okay, we're going with that then. 16. No. 17.
That hits.
You charge.
That is going to be, because, yeah, it has charge, it's going to take an extra 2d6 on top of this. That's 46 plus 4 damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's 15, 18. That's 22 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And he needs to make a strength savings throw. Or he's getting knocked down.
He failed that saving throw.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he's prone. He's knocked down.
Okay.
Nice.
Big Titan battle.
Big, giant Dwergar, just clad in armor from head to toe, tried to grab onto the antlers as this thing just tried to gore him, trample him, and he gets pushed back into the snow as he's trying to stop it. In his face, he sees a small Wilzu, which distracts him just enough. His heel catches on a rock and tumbles back as you just trample right over him. He's very battered and bloodied, but he's still standing.
Okay, I'm gonna hop off the elk and get to its side a bit, just where I'm like maybe 5 feet away from it.
Okay.
Out of melee range of Big Bro. But I'm gonna leave the elk in his face.
Okay.
And that's our turn.
Our turn. Sucinda, since you're invisible, you have a moment to kind of catch your breath a little bit. You see Sandy up in the front, just taking claws from this monster. After this dragon used its tail to kind of whip around the back, it revealed actually from a partially destroyed building, you see a sled dog that is tied. It's got kind of a leash that's kind of caught and tied around part of a broken pillar. And you see it just kind of letting out a panicked cry.
Why are you doing this to me?
As it struggles to free itself.
Where is it?
Its
Tell
owner
me
is
where.
nowhere to be seen.
Where exactly?
Oh,
Oh, and where am I? I don't even see me. Oh, I have enough movement.
you were invisible.
I'm running to it.
Okay. You've got just enough movement to make it up to it.
I would like to untie it.
Well, so looking at you and everything that's going on, it's extremely panicked. It's running from you. It's almost winding
It can't see
itself
me.
up.
I'm invisible.
Well, I'm just saying from everything that's going on, it's not just like sitting there. It's running around back and forth.
Well, I can go up to where it's tied, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to set it free.
Okay. You walk up to this. Do you have like a dagger or something?
And I'm very charismatic, for the record, even though you guys don't think I am. I actually have a lot of charisma.
You have
It's like my number one thing. I'm very charismatic.
Do you have a dagger or anything to cut through?
I have, let me look at my inventory. I've got a lot. I have a mace. I can just chop it. I have a miner's pick.
Chops.
Huh?
I said I don't think a mace chops.
I don't know what a mace even is. So
It's like a big club, essentially.
I can just knock the wooden plank down then.
It's like a meat tin rising.
I can't just like untie it.
It seems it's like all tangled up.
How is it tied on its neck? Is it just a clip?
No, it's kind of like a harness. It looks like it was almost being prepared to be attached to a sled, and then everything kind of went to shit. So it's not just like a single like leash. It's an entire harness.
You said it's tied up with rope.
No, not with rope. It's like the leather straps almost like that you would have to tie it up to a sled.
Leather straps.
There are leather straps. I don't know why you're saying it like that, but
I don't know
How does
either.
work
That's
here?
not helping me at all. I just know I need to save this animal.
Can you cast a spell on its ropes or something? Like just grab hold and brrr.
So I was thinking, can I cast,
you could
would cold damage, make it break?
not necessarily because it's made for the cold, but you could attempt to calm it. You might be able to actually detach it from its harness, from its from the dog side of it. But
That's what I'm going to
panicking
try and
now.
do. It's
Okay.
still my turn, so I'm still invisible. However, I want to go to this lovely animal and just be like, calm down, please. I'm trying to save you. I'm getting behind the ears. All of our doggies.
Make an animal handling check with disadvantage.
You're invisible.
You're invisible, trying to rub all over this dog. It doesn't know what's
Would it
going
be an
on.
action to free the dog?
Yes.
You're cheating right now. You know I love creatures.
Wow.
He's playing into my Kira-ness right now. Where am I versus where? Oh, I'm outside of its view. No, I'm gonna come invisible then. He can't see me. The dragon can't.
Okay.
I'm dropping.
Dropping it? Okay. Make an animal handling check without disadvantage.
18.
Okay. As you pop into view of this animal, it immediately is frightened of you and tries to
I'm
run
your
away.
friend.
But
Besties.
you manage to kind of catch one of the straps before it gets away and calm it down just enough to where you can unlatch
So wild, Obi. I'm positive.
where you can unlatch the straps holding it together, and as soon as you do, it just takes off.
No, but I want
down
to
the
tell
road.
it first. Obi, I love you. Come back to me later. I saved you. You're mine now. I love you.
You see it just
I hope it bonded
down the
with
road.
me.
Go see
Yeah.
a dog cross the street as it keeps going.
yeah.
I'm paying no attention. I got to kill.
End of turn.
I guess. I can't move anymore, can I?
No, you had literally just enough to make it there from where you were.
Can I sink into the shadows any?
No.
Okay.
Valen is still casting what she.
What she's doing is
You see this
She's about
green,
to animate dead.
this green energy sort of wrap around her, go from her fingers now to more to her hands. You see some of this energy actually seeping down into this guard.
I bet it is.
Aramel.
I will become unhid and draw an arrow, dip it in oil, light it, and shoot it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. 24.
That hits.
Nice. Cool. Plus
So
some
arrow
sneak.
damage plus a d6 fire.
Hell yeah. And then I get some sneak attack damage. Fuck yeah. So that's 8. $17.
Okay.
Bonus action, cunning action, hide. Oh, that was a good roll. 28.
Okay. You see, as this arrow explodes inside one of its joints, the beast starts to shudder just for a moment
Oh.
before it stabilizes itself again. What was your stealth roll?
28.
Okay.
sneaky.
EOT.
The dragon is going
Be careful, Sandy.
to So Cinda, you feel a large gust of wind come down
Oh, yeah.
as it into the
Take
air.
Sandy. Sandy is flying.
Yay!
I
You'll get an attack of
almost made it.
opportunity. You'll get an attack of opportunity.
Now
And
what?
it's going to land
Yeah, move that house out of the way.
back over here.
18.
I can cast a spell or
18? That barely hits.
Yeah, I don't. You can only
Damage.
take a regular swing, I think.
Yeah, just with your mace or whatever.
It's like some feat to be able to use a spell.
Let me see if I have a plus. I think I have a minus. I don't even see my mace. It's a 2.
Okay, yeah. You almost lose your mace completely,
It's fine. It does me no good.
but you catch it. The dragon lands. As it's landing, you start to see it
Oh, Lord.
glow brighter and brighter, and the light seems to be emanating from its belly and starts to make its way brighter and brighter down the neck, all the way to the grill of its mouth, and you hear and then out of its mouth you see this beam of light go straight this way. Sucinda, Sandy, and then this guy here need to make dexterity saving throws. That dog is gone.
This would be
Wow, that was a
you get
miracle.
advantage. Dex saves effects that you can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Okay.
Right?
So, yeah, advantage.
Nice.
Negate the beam.
13.
That's not.
What was
that's-
17?
Okay.
That's not good.
Sucinda, that person rolled a 1.
What kind of damage is it? Fire damage?
Beam damage.
It is not fire. So you will take half damage from this.
Okay.
Sandy, you are getting caught in it, as is the town militia over there.
Yikes.
Where's our backup? Where's our reinforcements?
They're scattered.
Where's the reinforcements?
We are the reinforcements.
Fight my own war over here.
What's half, I think, right? Everything's
It's a
upside
lot
down.
of rolls.
It's
And those are D10s, I think.
As you take,
bludgeoning to the same.
Sandy, you will take 37 radiant damage as this beam
Radiant damage.
beams right through you. You will take 15 radiant damage, Sucinda. And
Aye.
this
Lord. Maybe I should use necrotic
is
damage.
absolutely just disintegrated in front of you. Nothing even left of it. And you hear it kind of wind down. And that will end its turn. This guy's left. This guy's going to actually shoot at the gentleman to your right there, Aramel.
Duck.
But he will miss.
Nice.
Which brings us to you, Sandy.
Shaking off this beam thing. I'm gonna run 40 yards to here. And while I'm running, I'm gonna use my action to drink a potion of healing I have in my pocket.
Okay.
And oh man, heal myself for 5.
That's 5 more that you did.
Yeah, and that will end my turn.
Okay. Wilzu.
What about big dwarf guy in front of me?
Oh, yep, I forgot to take his turn. He is going to stand up using half his movement, and he's going to take a swing at your elk.
Huge elk.
That's a 16.
That'll hit him.
And 17 damage with his war pick as it kind of scrapes across its side.
Elk takes it easily.
Okay.
He just loses one of his big D20 dice.
Now it is your turn, yeah.
Okay, tag team attack again. I'm a haggle for this. So what I would like to do, here, I'll tell you my plan before asking what I can and can't do. I would like to catapult a large brick that has fallen from something
Okay.
at the second level, so it's a heavy one, into this dude's ankle. I want to topple him over and knock him prone. So I would deal maybe half damage if I hit and knock him prone.
I'll say he would make the dex save with advantage.
I'm trying to avoid that. What if I deal no damage and he's knocked prone?
Wow.
I like these
Okay.
haggling.
Okay. In that case, I will catapult a stone trying to just slip him onto the ground.
He. That is a. What's the rolls at dex?
It is a dexterity savings throw, and the save is 14.
So he rolled a 14.
God damn it. Okay. Well, in that case, the elk is still going to do some stuff then.
Okay.
I will bait his reaction. I'm gonna call out to the elk and tell it to just do a big circle and charge back in. So it's gonna move out 20 feet and come back in.
Okay. He would get an attack of opportunity on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is a 21.
That's gonna hit.
For 15 damage.
Elk's still holding up.
Okay.
Beefy boy's gonna turn around and do another ram attack on this guy.
Okay. We're back in the alleys, bro.
Alleyway fight. 18 to hit.
That hits.
Yes. He's getting rammed again for... You've got to be shitting me. Oh, that one's a 2. You see that? That one's different. 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That's 46's roll, by the way.
Oh no.
5 bludgeoning damage, and he's knocked down again.
Your elk turns around after getting cut up again by this war pick, charges at this giant Dwergar, and makes contact. The Dwergar, already weakened, is impaled by the horns on this, and it runs him through into a boulder that has fallen over from one of the buildings, and the Dwergar stops moving.
Oh, 5 was enough. Will you look at that?
Nice.
I was going for some heavy hits.
It was actually a little more than enough.
I was dismayed by attack and miss, but seeing this guy just stop moving, I'll just tilt my head and go, oh, well then. And I'll hop back onto the elk, and that'll be end of my turn.
So you see down at the end of the alley now what has landed. You see half of the dragon sticking out into the alley that you're running in right now.
Oh, shit. And I'm ready to move. I want to get places with this thing. Actually, I still have 20 feet of movement with it. Nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna position the elk 20 feet out from this guy,
Okay.
and then I'll stay behind. I'm not gonna ride him with him.
How much movement does elk have?
20 feet left.
Right there.
That's fine.
Are you with it?
No. I'm staying behind. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okie dokie. Sin.
Would you say it would be difficult for me to climb on top of the, what's remaining of the roof? Would that be difficult?
It would definitely be difficult terrain.
Maybe that's enough though. So, I mean, would you say it's 30 feet to slap this guy in the face?
Yeah, I mean, if you kind of got up there. So.
Okay, yeah, let's go for it.
So you kind of climb up on top of
Yeah.
this
Oh yeah.
rubble, and you get right in this dragon's face.
Yeah.
No fear.
None.
How
fear.
are we attacking it?
I think I want to try and gouge its eye out.
Oh shit.
And I say that only because I need to touch it.
Okay.
I mean, it can slap him, I can flick him, I don't care. I try and cast Inflict Wounds at a 3rd level.
Okay.
Nice.
I feel inspired because it just radiant damaged me, so now I'm like, oh, maybe necrotic damage for you. And I'm gonna try and attack it, and I really hope that this hits. I shouldn't have used my advantage earlier. It's fine.
Got it.
23 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
Thank God. 5d10. I hope that this
Ooh.
is... Wait,
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. Where'd my 5th one go? .26 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Nice.
It really wasn't that great, but it's fine.
You see this green energy shoot out from the place where you kind of grabbed onto its face. You shoot down its neck and just sort of almost wither away and decay the Chardalyn itself as you see some of it start to crack and break off. And how much damage was that?
26, I think? 25. Just kidding.
Okay.
25.
Okay. You feel like that actually dealt its full capacity.
Okay, good. Obviously, I don't want to stay here. Whatever extra movement I have, I want to try and get the hell out of Dodge.
Valen finishes her casting, and you see this corpse on the ground. The eyes sort of flutter open, and you see green, hazy smoke just barely sifting out of the very ends of its eyelids, and it slowly just shudders up and stands again. And you see her utter something to it, and he starts marching toward the dragon. And she is also going to pull out a wand out of her bag and cast it toward the dragon as you see 3 arcane sort of darts appear out of the end of it and shoot towards the dragon. And stick in to the neck of the dragon, dealing another 10 damage. That will end her turn. I think.
Was I able to get away at all?
Oh, you want to move away? If you do, we'll get an attack of opportunity.
I guess I'll just stay right in front of its face.
Okay. Airmail.
It's fine.
I'm gonna do something different, and I'm gonna
You
dip.
shoot an arrow?
I'm gonna dip light and shoot an arrow.
Okay.
17 to arrow attack.
That just barely misses. Damn it. Just deflects off of one of its wings.
Cunning action, bonus action, cunning action, hide. God damn, 29? Sorry, I didn't mean to hit it that hard.
Sin fell.
Oh, we looked bothered.
Sorry.
He was like, "Sir,
that
I'm
was-
sleeping."
End of turn?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to bring us to the dragon, who's going to immediately look right back down at you, Sin. And it rears up on its
This is my
back
turn, sir.
legs and is going to take 2 swipes at you with its claw.
Do it. Do you have any disadvantage because I'm right in your face? You can't see me very well.
That's going to be a 17
Barely.
and a 19.
That one got me for sure.
Man, you got beamed, and you got some HPs. Good to go.
I take the given each time.
The first claw deals 17 slashing damage
Okay.
to you.
A little bit of a
As
problem.
it just catches you right on top of the roof. The second one does another 16 points of slashing damage to you. And it then rears back again with its wings, and you feel an incredibly powerful force toward you.
She's.
I'm down.
That's as you're falling. This wind itself almost picks you up and launches you against the wall as
Damn.
you fall down.
It's a good thing I got this really nice necklace on me.
And that would have been another 17 damage.
It's fine.
What happens if she take damage when she's already down?
I mean, on her next turn, it would have been. I'm not gonna be that guy. But technically, if you take damage, you would get an automatic fail on your saving throw. But
what
since
if I
that was
have
all
a really
at
cool
once,
necklace and I stabilize at the start of my next turn?
Yeah,
that would work too.
Okay. I do need a stim pack from someone, so y'all figure that out.
You got all the.
Sandy.
You have the kids.
Did he did he put his head back at the top of the kind of where Sin like smacked him?
Yeah.
Okay. Would 40 feet of movement give me enough to run up the?
Probably not, because there's just so much like
Stuff in the way.
destruction and things like that in the way. This is all going to be difficult terrain, which is 10 feet per space.
I mean, you can make it up and do some tail wax.
Yeah, there you go. Get some tail.
It's like extra crafting components if you cut it off.
Yeah. If you kind of go,
If I
have to go
stabilize,
around
is
that
that
stuff.
one health? Or is that just, I don't
This means you don't make death saves, you just lay in there.
I'm gonna get up on his leg, make some choppings.
You see. Make sure that.
That one fails. 15 for one of the attacks.
The way its tail is and its legs are moving, it kind of glances your axe off of it.
That one fails too. Yeah, all three fail.
You just can't quite find your footing on this one.
Not on my turn.
Willzu.
Can my elk make it 60 feet?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna have my big boy, huge, gargantuan, massive, supersized elk rush in and try to ram the shit out of this dragon.
Okay. Right at its leg.
It's gonna try to knock him good. I don't think that's gonna be enough. 18.
Barely hits.
Oh! Okay.
Nice.
This thing probably can't be knocked prone.
It cannot be knocked prone.
Okay,
No.
so it's gonna take some fat ramming damage. I forgot to add in the extra too, but I'm not gonna forget this fucking time. Yeah, 46 plus 4. This makes up for last time. 3 of them are 6s.
There you go.
24 bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
And also I want him shook. Like, whoa, shook a little bit. Doesn't fall down. What the
Yeah, you see it kind of just a little bit as this giant elk rams into the leg of this dragon.
And as for me, did we? We did. We got me one. I will start running down the alleyway after the elk, but I'm going to look down that to my right and see Sucinda just on the ground. Immediately start running towards her. Yeah, I can't go any further. Actually, no, I don't want to go any further. I'm going to hang tight.
Okay.
And, in fact, there's no point in me not using an action. I still have an action available. This thing's tall enough I can just firebolt over the debris and slap him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll shoot a firebolt at him.
Okay.
Much lesser degree of flames, unfortunately. I don't think that one's gonna hit. A 15.
That is not going to quite hit.
No, I'll stay where I'm at then.
Okay.
Good work, elk.
Sucinda, I believe you just stabilized, correct?
I did.
Okay. So you do not have to make death saving throws.
I just have 0 HP. Is that what happens? Okay.
Lynn is going to run up to this still charmed individual and reach out. There it is. And grab his arm. Or attempt to grab his arm. And she's going to succeed. And when she does, you see the life start draining out of this guy as it almost looks like he's aging before your very eyes, and eventually just turns gray and falls to the ground, no longer moving. And Valen actually looks like she has a couple of extra peps in her step right now. Which will end her turn as the guy she raised up. It's not quite able to get in range still. And that will bring us to you, Aramel.
Is Sin 60 feet away from me? I'm not sure how exactly the tiles are.
She's like 70, 75 feet away. I think each one of these tiles is 20 feet. It's like 5, 10, 15.
Rats. I will use.
I'm down
Like back corner.
Just
Yeah,
right.
you lost sight of Wilzu
Well, I don't know where you are.
long ago.
Fighting alternative fights.
Almost a minute ago, you lost track of Wilzu.
I will fire my arrow here. Dip, light, fire.
Okay.
There we go. That's a good one. 23.
That hits.
Nice. Cool. Good. And he's engaged, so even better. Do that. So 5, 6, 7, 16 total.
Okay.
The arrow. And then I will move up 15 feet to the corner of that house. And then I will use bonus action, cunning action, hide, and end my turn. 25.
Okay.
Done.
Pretty good. Okay, that's going to bring us to the dragon, who is going to just shift back a little bit. Your elf will get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, headbutt attack. He missed. Wait. Nah, he missed no matter what. Can't tell if it's a 9 or 16 these days. This dice sucks. But he missed.
Sandy, you see as this dragon steps back, you see it look down at you and then at this kind of shambling creature coming up to it. It looks over just at the elk to its side for a moment and then looks back down at you, and you see it start to sort of light up again as it just straight down the walkway there. So you, this creature, so Cindy, you're going to get hit. You only need to make a dex save.
Does that mean I'm like unstabilized?
Honestly, I don't know. Because I would think just at the start of your turn, you would stabilize.
Keep restabilizing.
So as long as it doesn't do your full health pool and damage,
Okay.
I think you're fine. But you do automatically fail the dex save.
Yeah, they fail one death save. Unless it's a crit.
Oh, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
18.
So as long as it doesn't, like, one-shot you.
15.
And you fail. And that for sure. It failed. A 9 failed. 16 was the number to beat, so
18.
You'll take half.
Nice.
So
Right.
again, this golden radiant energy starts surging until it shoots out of the mouth of this dragon and just down the walkway, and just behind it, explosions as it deals.
Running towards Lucinda's body and just gets beamed. Paul's have to shield my eyes for a moment.
For 41 damage.
Shit. That's 20.
41, you said?
41.
What's my health? 47. Oh, thank God.
Wow. You see, Wilsey, you see Sucinda's body just get engulfed in radiant flames as this beam just insanely fast down the sidewalk. So yeah, 20, and then
I'm unconscious.
Sandy faints. I assume that kills your raging.
It does.
So it kills your raging.
Whoa.
But your elk survives.
Yay!
That's the end of its turn. Sandy, I need you to make a death saving throw for me.
11.
That's a success.
Come on.
Wills-it.
Okay, now if I see Sucinda's radiant, scorched body, I'll just repeatedly mutter shit as I have a healing potion out, already uncorked. And I get down to her and I start force feeding her the potion. As I say, you're the backbone of this group, you need to get the hell up and move!
So you run up to Sucinda.
Yeah, no, she is going to heal for, I think this is the basic healing potion, the only one I got. 2d4 plus 2.
Meanwhile, the other archers and things that are around are still sort of lobbing arrows and things like that at the dragon as well.
And while I'm healing her, as soon as I heal her, I scurry back into the alleyways.
Okay, back into the debris here.
Yeah, and my elk's just gonna... Actually, is my elk out of its attack range right now?
Let's see. It is.
Okay. My elk should know the plan right now. I want him to get a running start and hit this thing in the ribs and knock the wind out of him.
Okay.
Oh, and it's gonna hit. That is like, it's like a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
Yeah, take the breath out of this dragon. $19 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Good job.
It's a strong elk.
It's a grand. It's like a majestic beast. It's a huge beast elk. This thing's like 8 of me.
So
In a turn.
No, elks are bigger than that. It's like bigger than you. You're large, right?
Yeah.
This is considered huge.
Oh.
Yeah, it's end of my turn.
Okay.
I want to talk up my elk more, but we can get to my turn.
Sen, you just kind of are brought back from the brink.
I look around. My eyes barely able to see anything. Where's Sandy then? Can you stand me up?
No man's land.
How's everyone else feeling?
Send us self-preservation first.
I don't respond.
Can I shimmy behind this?
Yes, it'd be difficult terrain.
Room for more.
Okay. What I would like to do. Who's the buck?
Just an archer,
Oh.
like a town militia.
I cast Aid as a 3rd level. My last. It's fine though. And I would like to heal. It says creatures, so I'm assuming I'm a creature as well. It says your allies. I'm my own ally. I'm my own friend. I'm gonna say I can heal myself for this
For
too.
aid?
Yeah. It says choose up to 3 creatures within range.
Yeah. You're a creature.
I'm a creature. And I think that Sandy's just within 30 feet, maybe? His head's within
35,
range.
it's close enough, yeah.
His head's there.
Honestly, here, I'm gonna have you move up 1. Now you're in range.
Okay. Can I have pretended I was walking around the other way and he was within range? I'm trying to
You wouldn't
hide
have been able to
eventually.
see him if you go the other way.
Bummer. Okay, well, I cure myself, I cure Sandy, and who else is needing healing? Aramel, where are you? You're way
far
down
away.
over there. You're way
Out
past
of
me.
range.
He's pretty much invisible.
I'm invisible.
He's hiding in a cloak.
Well, I guess then I'll heal you for 10 also. And you can actually go 10 above that then.
Oh!
Because it increases your maximum.
Holy shield grows stronger.
So, yeah, we all get 10. Minus Aramel. Sorry about that.
Good back here.
And with the rest of my movement, I want to get the fuck out of here.
So you had to use half of it to stand up.
Oh,
15
man.
and then 20, so you got 10 feet of movement.
Good lord. I'm going to try and hide behind it in that little,
Is that a pillar?
right. Just tuck it behind the roof.
So you can get like here.
Yeah. It can't see me, right? It's fine.
Definitely, it definitely can see you.
It's fine.
End of turn?
I guess. Yeah.
All right. Valen, after seeing that insane rage,
Can I call out to Loki for help? Loki, please. I'm dying here, man.
Valen is going to run over toward you, Aramel, and just look over you. Are you all right?
Nobody's here.
Right. And we'll pull her wand out again and launch another 3 darts towards the dragon itself. Dealing 9 magic damage. Aramel.
Sir. I will run back 15 feet to my setup post, seeing that Sin is moving. Dip, light, and shoot. And I'll say, yes, Valen, I am good, thank you. Nat 20. Good
Hey!
job. So max damage on the nat 20.
Yep.
Alright, so that's alright, 12 plus 18 plus 4. 34.
Good.
That was a good shot.
That was a good shot. Another arrow just sinks right into a joint area where this thing's neck kind of turns, and it again shudders. Its whole body shudders as it finally snaps this arrow, which falls to the ground.
I need those.
And looks back over toward you.
I will cunning action, bonus action, hide with a 24.
Okay. You see it again start to, and looks over right where you were.
Nope, not here.
Is gonna send out another energy ray that is gonna you, Valen, and this guy almost make a dex save.
I'm good.
Where are you?
Like still under the neck.
Yeah, it's not like kind of like looking down.
Oh, okay, cool. So shooting go sweet. So I'm not gonna get laser.
21.
You just hear it over your head, yeah.
Valen succeeds as well,
Should have Reaper sound effects for this.
but the guard there dies. Well, he probably is gonna die. Fails.
Where is everybody else? Where are all the townspeople? We got 500 people from that other town? What the hell? Even if they could only hit them for 1. That's 500 right there.
That's a good point.
Thanks.
For 51 radiant damage, so half, so
Half.
25.
And what the?
That would have been an incinerated area. But he's a cunning lad.
Still invisible. but
Valen
feeling terrible.
tries to shield herself by trying to dive out of the way, but still gets scorched pretty good. This guy right next to you, you turn back and it's almost like he got Thanos snapped. There's just smoke left next to him. Sandy.
I'm gonna get back up.
Nice.
And while this thing is, I'm pissed. I'm gonna re-rage. And while this thing's shooting a laser, I want to try to chop at its neck. They both miss. $27 for the third
Nice.
attack.
For the third attack, for the frenzy, that hits.
And that is a 16.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
We got him unawares.
I'm guessing when he's shooting the laser, he has to be like a little, kind of comes down a little bit. I'm gonna take my first 2 chops and see that like I'm missing.
Yeah.
And see this sweet opening on its neck, and just try as hard as I can, and just lodge my axe as deep as I can in its neck.
And you do, it sinks so far in that you almost can't get it out, except when you make that final blow, you see the light emanating from inside of it start to flicker, and this entire beast starts to shudder violently and makes these horrific grinding noises as it starts to crumble to pieces as its great bulk crashes into the snow as jagged shards of black crystal fly off in all directions, and it stops moving.
wow.
Come up all badass and look around.
Is it dead?
You can add Dragon Slayer to my title.
I'll call my elk over and waddle out onto the road. Is everyone okay? Regroup?
I'll start making my way kind of back
Yeah.
towards Willzoo's voice.
And I guess, yeah, Emerald, you coming over? Susanna, you coming over?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, we're all huddled up. We did it.
Yes.
Looks like we lost a bunch, but it could have been way worse.
Valana, you... I'll look her down the street.
She's like, part of her is just like still patting out fire that's caught part of her robe on fire.
Do y'all need a stim pack?
Yes.
Yes.
Come hither, come hither.
I'm actually feeling fantastic. Like, better than normal.
That must be fucking nice.
I realized
Valen looks over to you and says, "Were you even in the same fight?"
No! Turns out there were giant Dwergar terrorizing the other road.
Do you want me to
Good job
roll
getting
for
that
each
done.
individual person, JD? Do you want me to roll for each individual person, or just...
And I like your
Just
elf
roll
friend,
make
Sir
one.
Elkington.
Oh yeah, did you see him knock the wind out of that thing?
No.
Twice?
But good job, though.
Just check his right side. Bet you'll see hard dents.
hard
dents.
I'm sure it's dented all over.
Everyone who wants a stim pack gets 13.
Yes.
I'm gonna use one on myself too, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 for Valen.
Oh,
It's better, yes.
absolutely.
I need to be thorough about this. I want to do arcane checks, magic checks, make sure this thing is spent
Hey, we scratched something off the
completely
list.
and not just down temporarily.
Yeah, and if I could, I'd like to try to completely decapitate the head.
Oh.
Just to make sure, just to keep...
I encourage him as he does that. The
Okay.
more he dismembers, the better.
Going, and you're just hammering away at this thing, and eventually it just sort of falls off.
Is it all Chardalyn internal
Make
too?
an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
You got this.
I definitely do. That's a non-natural 20.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Carefully inspecting this thing, it seems that all the magic has faded away from it.
Okay, this is just the largest piece of Chardalyn anyone's ever seen now. It's done.
It's also the most dangerous piece of Chardalyn.
Oh, absolutely.
Velen, what were you doing to that guy with the green stuff?
Oh, you didn't see? I
mean, I saw, but...
bound him to my will. Unfortunately, like an idiot, he just walked right up to the dragon, but I had other things going on.
I guess... I don't know. The right thing to do now is kind of fan out. See if anyone around here needs our help.
Alright, can we put out these fires, maybe? Do you have water magic, Velen, or us, or what? I don't know. We have snow.
Start throwing
Just
snowballs.
throw snow. Yeah, throw snow on the...
She says, unfortunately, I don't possess any of the healing magics that Sucinda does.
Find survivors, pull them out of debris. I guess that's what we'll spend our time doing. I'll hop on my elk at that point.
Okay.
I'm gonna start mounted searching around.
Do you want to stick together or fan out?
Fan out! Absolutely fan out!
Alright, Fred, we'll split up.
What are you doing, Sandy?
Yeah.
Same thing?
Yep.
Okay. How long are we spending trying to help?
At this point, I mean, my mind is convinced as long as it takes, but I didn't say a time to anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably pair up with Sandy and just go as long as until I fall asleep.
If there's
Okay.
anything
Till I
that's on
pass out.
fire, I want to try and cast Ray of Frost to see if it'll put out the fire.
So you start to go through and just kind of cast
Yeah.
Ray of Frost.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah. That's
It
awesome.
seems as though there's just a monumental amount of damage done by the dragon. It's impossible to fathom at this point, as it's, especially when it was in the air strafing around, it did just an uncalculable amount of destruction. And even when it was fighting you, it seemed as though its prime intent was still just the destruction of the city itself, and you all just kind of secondary to that. You can spend, days at this point, so what's kind of the cutoff?
When I don't hear any cries around me anymore.
Gotcha. So I'll say easily a few hours pass, and you are in the dead of night. Eventually, and are you sticking together, or are you fanning out?
I'm gonna spare the dying. Spare the dying.
Okay.
Spare the dying.
Yeah.
Spare the
so
dying.
you see Sucinda stopping quite frequently at people who are burned or missing appendages, crushed, and there are quite a few people that you approach and attempt to help, but before you can do anything, either they were already dead when you got there, or they were just too far gone. There seems to be screams and cries that almost just fly on the wind, almost. Every time you think you've gotten to a place where you're out of range of it, you hear 5 more. You eventually run into Sheriff Southwell and Speaker W.A.S.S, both of which look extremely worse for wear. W.A.S.S is actually holding her side as blood is coming out, and the sheriff has multiple cuts and bruises, and he's sort of holding his arm up, and he sees you kind of walking down the road, and he, with the speaker, walks up and says, is it gone?
And she walked up to me on my elk. I'll look down at her and I'll kind of turn halfway looking.
The sheriff said that. W.A.S.S hasn't said much.
Oh, okay, I look down at the sheriff and I look back towards the Chardalyn Dragon and say, yeah, somehow, it's dealt with. Killing blow was a huge axe to the nape. Well, the neck. And then the nape. He took the nape afterwards anyhow.
He looks over to you and says, do you have any healing magics you could spare for the speaker? We were attacked by Dwergar, and I managed to fight them off, but not before they stabbed W.A.S.S in the stomach.
Turns out I got a lot of healer's kits I didn't even know I had.
And she kind of leans over and sits down in the snow, and she looks to be in quite a bit of pain.
I take a stim pack. Wow. 12. 16.
Okay.
I heal her for
You
16.
sort of kind of patch her up and stop the bleeding, and she seems to still be in quite a bit of pain, but
That was
relaxes
max.
a little
That was
bit
as much as I can do. It
and
was good.
Nice.
leans
I've
back
never
up
done that
against the
before.
wall. And Sheriff looks to you and says,
You need another one. You good? You need one? I go ahead and
"If you have
stim
an
pack him
extra
also.
one."
I heal him for 14.
Okay, you start patching him up as well. And as you're doing so, he looks around to the rest of you and says, well, is next for W.A.S. then?
Well, just looking around the town, I guess people are trying to help each other now at this point. You said, did you say a few hours
It's
went
quite
by?
a few hours have gone by. Yeah.
I'd say we've done what we could here. I guess at this point it's, go for the source, right? That thing was made by someone who was encouraged by something. And that something is out there. Still.
I assume you're talking about Auril.
I'll nod.
While I don't quite know if they were working together, her everlasting winter here has created the environment for these Duergar to thrive.
She's already sent creatures to attack us directly. It was at a cabin deep in the woods, if I recall correctly. We had another friend with us then, too. One of your people, I think, right? Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, we're gonna see to that. That's W.A.S.'s goal, because we're not done yet.
Truly determined to become the things of legend, aren't we?
You're goddamn right. Not like we have a choice anymore anyhow. And I look around at everything, still just burning and destroyed.
Says we will never be able to repay what you've done here today. Tonight.
Well, it is what it is.
Valen kind of pipes in and says, well, they do owe me a little bit of a favor as well. For the ride.
I'll turn back and I'll say, looking down, I'm gonna be a little smug when I do this. I'm looking down. Yes, I suppose we do have a place to explore deep to the north we spoke of, indeed. Perhaps we'll head there next.
She looks at you and just smirks and just says, indeed we will.
I unfortunately have to go take care of some business. And I don't need y'all going with me.
Hmm? What do you mean?
I have to go figure out this shit with my dad.
Oh, that's right. That man we freed from the prison there. He told you that your father's being hunted or something? Some assassin?
Apparently he's gotten kidnapped because of some things that happened in the past. But I'll catch up. I'll find y'all again.
You know what? You do what you gotta do, man. I kind of hurts my balls real bad having the dragon killer leave, but okay, yeah, you're the frontliner now, Sucinda.
No, I'm not.
Valen walks up to you and takes your map out of your bag.
Damn.
And opens it up, and she marks a couple spots on it. If you come looking for us, we'll be here, but don't you dare let this map fall into the wrong hands.
I understand. I'll tuck it deep into my 500-pound pouch.
Well, I guess,
We'll miss you, Sandy. What's a promoter without someone to promote?
maybe we have a drink at the end, or if there is an end, we have a drink somewhere before you head out.
Oh, we can definitely grab an ale before I leave.
I think Sin's got some whiskey on her, right? If I
Oh,
put two,
We did find that out right
if I
before our
put two and
death
two
battle.
together,
That's right.
if I deduce correctly.
Get a bottle of wine or something.
Fireball.
You said it was a 17 something. I don't know what that
Yes.
meant, but
For a special occasion.
oh yeah, and the cinnamon stuff.
That whiskey too, yeah. Let's
Yep.
get blasted.
Celebration on scent.
The sheriff says, not to rain on your party, but whatever you have on you is probably going to be the only spirit you'll find. I watched the Northlook go up in flames. And the proprietor scrammed sacks with it.
Oh,
If it's any consolation, he died bravely. I saw him cut down 4 Duergar before he met his end.
Damn.
Wizzo actually looks a little bit sad now. Like I like the camaraderie kind of vanishes a bit, but then it goes immediately to a neutral expression. Well, thank you for letting me know. I could make an area here we could stay if you'd like, and we could drink there. Yeah, we'll just do that. I'll hop off my elk, and I will make the hut.
The Lehman's tiny hut. Okay. How are you doing? What color is it? What are you doing with the inside? Gray.
Yeah.
So you take 10 minutes and make this hut, and you all file inside of it, with the exception of your elk.
Yeah, leave him outside. He'll disappear in the morning anyhow, I think.
And you all go in and sit down in the comfort, finally some warmth after days of nothing but absolute freezing cold.
Oh, I'll tell the sheriff and the speaker to Vessa. If you guys want to come in for a quick powwow, you're welcome to. But if you want to deal with this, go ahead. We're gonna take a breather in here.
He says, I appreciate the invite, but I don't believe it will be looked upon fondly for us to sit down and drink while our people suffer.
I completely agree. Well, I'll see you later. And I'm going to the hut.
The sheriff nods at you, and you hear the W.A.S.S Shane kind of speak up for the first time as you turn around, and you hear her say, "Thank you. Thank you all. You've certainly saved us."
I don't say anything. I just go into the hut.
Okay.
W.A.S.S.
Just bow.
Oh.
I quickly give a description of the dog I saved. And I say, I've saved this dog. Please, if you see it or know the owner, let them know.
She just smiles and nods.
It's mine.
It's
I
fine.
loved it. Okay? Okay, great.
And you all file into the tiny hut.
Sin, give me that whiskey.
I pull like the magic blinds down when we get inside.
Okay.
There's no one we can see out, but I'm gonna have it like solid for now.
So, also, just so you know, the 10 gourds you have, they're like...
Large.
They're big. You have a lot of liquor.
Oh, that's great.
I'll just,
I take out one of them.
let me get some sips. Just
Everybody have a glass.
pound a couple and then do my 4-hour sleep.
I start pouring out glasses of this ale.
Valen takes a glass as well, and she says, I suppose tonight we celebrate. Tomorrow I will talk to you more about what lies ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it celebrating, as I'm drinking way faster than I should. Liquor. But yeah, in the morning. We'll talk more in the morning. And I inebriate myself to stupidness.
Okay.
I only sacrificed one gourd. Once when that's out, I'm like, oh, it just so happens we're out now.
You all spend quite a few hours drinking, talking, laughing, reflecting, and eventually you fall asleep. When morning comes,
We're level 7.
you are level 7.
Morning comes.
Your hut fades away, and you all go about your morning rituals.
I will willingly take a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
I'm that bad.
Okay.
From the drinking.
And the time comes, you've all stood up, you've had your rations, and Valen looks at you all and says, I think it's time.
Indeed, it is. Sandy, you're I guess this is it, huh, buddy?
Yeah. You know, again, like I said, I'll find you all again and go off. I'll figure this out. Don't come looking for me.
Oh, we will.
No, we
Don't
won't.
come looking for
He
me.
doesn't want us to. We're not gonna do it. But I'll tell you what. I'm gonna waddle up to his calf. His calf. We're gonna miss you, Sandy. You're a good friend.
And give him a good pat on the back. Miss you too.
It almost knocks the wind out of you.
Yeah, I'll just look back up at him. So you stay alive, buddy. Okay? Do what you gotta do.
If that Chardalyn Dragon couldn't kill me, nothing can.
I guess that's not far from the truth, I suppose. What's more dangerous than that damn thing? I say ominously.
In my absence, tell tales of the Kingslayer and the Dragon Slayer.
We'll let him know. We'll mention Sandy Ravage everywhere we go. And not that... What's Sandrel? Was that it?
All right.
Sandra,
I'll see y'all.
Sandra Cohen.
All right, Sandy. Do you, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
He was the cream of the crop.
Oh, yeah.
And you see Sandy turn and walk down the main road until he is obscured by people kind of walking across, and then you see him no longer.
It's gonna do weird things to our name.
Was.
We were.
Yeah, you're.
We can't be was.
Saw.
Villain? Velen? I look over to Velen. Is that right?
Villain.
Villain.
We could be WAVs.
Is this a temporary alliance? Or are you kicking it with us?
Voss.
You want to do some good?
Good has nothing to do with it. It is the pursuit of knowledge.
God damn, not that wizard shit again. Look, I know what we're about, but do you not? I mean, never mind. You resurrect dead people. Okay. Never mind. Never mind.
You look over to Villain and you see her go.
That sounds like some judgment.
You don't get to be a letter in the name for now. This is temporary. We're simply...
WAVs.
We have to come with the new
Waves.
We
Waves on waves. Waves on waves.
W-A-V...
WAVs.
Waves would be cool. But
We could be dot waves.
she's true.
Dot
She's
wave
a
file.
true neutral person. I
You could just say she has a silent S in front of her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? You get a silent S now, Svelen.
It's like Svedka.
W.A.S.S continues.
She smiles and nods and says, "Walk with me and let's see if my sleds are still in one piece."
Yeah, let's check on that. I'm gonna count on no, but sure.
If Town Hall wasn't destroyed, perhaps my sleds weren't as well.
I just look around. Is it stuff still burning somewhat?
Yes. Everything's still smoldering.
It's still terrible.
I'm gonna think of a plan B anyhow in the process.
She nods. And you all start to make your way in the opposite direction from Sandy, back towards Town Hall. And that's where we're gonna call it for tonight.
Moving on from Big Dragon battling Sandy.
It was a long road to get here.
Long road to level 7 though.
Level 7, so yeah, you guys do level up and you do gain the benefits of a long rest from the previous night here.
Sweet.
Dude, look at this chonky boy, dude.
That is
He's a
huge.
big dragon.
Kidding me?
Big dead dragon.
They're coming all in one piece.
An absolute unit, yeah.
Insane.
He's a chonky. He's a thick boy.
Honestly,
He's got some weight to it.
Yeah,
too.
dude, he's heavy, dude.
I guess I do know where we're going. We're going to that Arcturus, some A city
Something.
of ancient wizard stuff that she's taking us to.
The Netherese city.
That's it, Netherese.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. How we feeling?
It's
I'm
intense.
surprised that no one died.
Yeah, me
Died.
too. The sin was real close.
Yeah.
I was pretty close.
Sad, but blackout, drunk, forgetful. So just exhausted now.
You just needed to get your character in the same state of mind you were in last night.
Yes, exactly. It's hard to, even as our characters, like I'm chaotic good. So even though we just felled this huge dragon and we saved the city, we're surrounded by the corpses of all
Right,
these people
yeah.
and destroyed buildings. It's like, yay, we did it.
We're the saviors of
This.
rubble, right?
Exactly. So it's like a sad celebration.
Right. Well, at least although it was a big chunk, it was far from the majority of the city that got destroyed. So
True. If I was not a knowledge lad, and I was more of a they died with honor, respect. I may have celebrated instead, but I'm not. I'm a book nerd. I'm a book nerd. I'll do that.
So I would say probably I'll put it up here for you guys. Probably about that portion of it was destroyed.
Oh, we saved a lot of the city then.
I will say this for next session, Sucinda and Aramil, both of you guys have inspiration for coming up with the darkness arrow.
Oh.
You hands down saved like half the city with that.
Wow.
wow.
Look at us.
Good job.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good job, us.
That was fantastic.
Nailed it.
That was fantastic. Very, very creative. Good work.
It worked.
It did.
Yeah.
Good job.
You can't see. You ain't gonna fly around.
Now we gotta do that more often.
Hopefully you don't
Found a
have
new
to
combo move, dude.
find another Chardalyn Dragon, though.
No.
Right. Yeah. How often do those come around?
No.
All right. Well, unless anybody has anything they want to say.
I'm going to be a dad in 3 or 4 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah, I was
Yay.
actually going to get to that before we went. So, Sandy is taking a break from the D&D game so he can go be a dad.
A daddy.
So he can be dad.
Oh, good.
First time dad too.
First time
Yeah.
dad, yeah.
So
Yeah.
congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congrats. Yeah.
Thank you.
But you better be back here
Absolutely.
after, right?
He'll come with me.
Yeah. Just
Just have a baby.
have like the
Bring the
baby
baby.
here.
Yeah. I'm sure that will go well.
Yeah.
It won't be any problems.
Just play with Obi and Lady.
Right. Just
Right.
put him with the
They'll-
dogs.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Which, let's see. Let's check on. Dog,
Lady will be great with them.
Dog game.
Out.
It's super out. These dogs are very out tonight. They're normally out like running around and stuff.
Yeah, they're over it.
But no, excellent job. I love Sandy.
Absolutely.
I better see him back here.
He'll come back. He'll find his way.
So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. We will be back next Saturday, picking up right here. Who knows what's going to happen now that we're venturing back out into the frozen tundra. I'm sure Valen has plenty of information to give you as well in the next session. So, exposition drop! Here we go. So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a sub. We appreciate it. If you want to support the channel live on Twitch, it's $5 or it's free with Twitch Prime. We will be back on Monday with our Descent into Avernus campaign, which Will Zoo DMs here, and that is really things are getting crazy. Things are getting crazy there.
A little bit.
So we have a druid in the group that just decides to agitate an entire zombie swarm horde, and we spent an entire session fighting nothing but like level 2 zombies, but there were like 50 of them.
There's a large chunk of them. May or may not have been the trigger. I can't say so. You know.
Was it Ming? Did Ming do this?
It was not Ming.
Oh,
Didn't
okay.
do it.
Ming was with me giving the shit-eating look to somebody else. But regardless, come hang out with us Monday. We're doing our new podcast on Thursdays now. I'm Not Scrying, You're Scrying, where we just talk about shit. Well, and yell about shit.
And drink a box of wine.
And drink an entire box of wine.
Never again.
That's
Only time.
that's a new every week thing for.
Oh my god.
For
I wanted to
Good
die.
luck.
That was way too much.
all right, y'all. Thank you. Have a great night. We'll see you Monday. Goodbye.